And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another edition, another month even, of the Fire Cup, month number 6. Whew, it has been a day. It's been a day since our last broadcast. We wrapped up with Group A last night, and now we are here. We are here today with Group B to conclude and to find out which of these 3 out of 6 players make it through into the playoffs. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have the red Terran player. For the Platinum Heroes, it is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player. For Team Little Fairy, it is Shameless. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat, as this could go either way. I do think that both these players are going to be very close in skill. And in general, Group B is stacked. Group B is insane. And we could see anyone make it out of Group B. I do think it's going to be much closer here when it comes to the scorelines, when it comes to who will and who will not make it out. It's going to come down to every single game, every single series. It's all going to count in this round robin style format. So best of luck. Best of luck. Best of luck. Whew. As for now, we are going to be settling in to our TVP. Welcome one and all to Frostline. Also, as reminders, best of 2, best of 2, not a best of 3, so you do have more opportunities here to, of course, or I should say, so because of that, you have more options available to you in your predictions. Do you have more options? So best of luck. Best of luck. Whew. As for now, we're settling in. Going to be settling into our game, into our setup. And as we're getting into our games, we do have our initial openers here. Double gas opener out of Nicoract, going for a faster factory. Delayed CC out of our Terran player, so a much more aggressive build from our red Terran. Meanwhile, across the map, standard opener out of Shameless, just gate, expand into Cybercore. Everything looking normal from our Protoss, more aggressive from our Terran, and that is what Nicoract is known for. We're known for aggression here. We are known for more aggressive builds, aggressive styles. Nicoract, he very often does go for 2-base all-ins or 2-base committed timing attacks, and we have seen Nicoract cause upsets specifically in this matchup. I might even say that Nicoract's best matchup is TVP. I might go that far, just considering how many big Protosses he has brought down in the past. Likewise, Shameless is also a heavy hitter. Shameless, he should be favored to make it through the group stage into the playoffs. Shameless, he's the runner-up of Fire Cup number 5. Despite that, I mean, Young Yakov was also meant to be a sure thing, and Young Yakov, he barely failed to make it into the playoffs. So anything is possible. Anything is possible here. As we're settling in, Shema, Papi Shema, good to see you in the chat. Good to see you all. I see Hatsu as well. Big shout to Hatsu. Hatsu, of course, is today's admin. So without the event, I mean, we'd be without Hatsu, we would be worse off. So big shout to Hatsu. Oh, as you see, Thibs in the chat as well. Welcome one and all. Hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Again, this is our second broadcast of the day. We just wrapped up with Little League Cup. Now we're here with Fire Cup. For now, Hallucination dives in is going to be the racks into factory, into CC, into Starport. 1-1-1 opener here. Medevac is on the way for drop play, and last, Nicoract is just securing himself, is playing it safe. It does have the initial Cyclone into drop, into push. Nicoract, he's moving out. From the side of Shameless, what's our take of choice? Not a Stargate, a Twilight Council. Going to be Twilight Council into Blink from the side of Shameless. Actually, Gateway's being thrown down. It's going to be a safe opener here. 3-gate blink. 1 gate in the main, 2 gates at the natural, 3-gate blink in total. Shameless is going to be securing himself, warping in back at home, and eventually taking that third base. The third base shouldn't be too late, but the question becomes, can Nicoract break Shameless? Now, based on the opener of Shameless, he's looking quite safe. Yeah, he even gets eyes on the army. Shameless, he has Stalkers, he has a shield battery, he spots the army as well, so he is already in position. Shameless should be fine. Should be able to hold his own. In saying that, Nicoract, he does reinforce, this time with a tank. Ooh, going for a very early tank drop. On the one hand, Shameless, he has the tools to defend, but Shameless, he has to be proactive. He has to engage with the army. Ideally wants to try to slow this down ahead of time. Oh, takes down, no, not quite the Reaper. Reaper survives. Going for the Medevac. Medevac, ooh, barely does not go down. And with that one Stalker, it does fall. Massive pickup. Every Stalker counts. Shield battery already out of energy, and the gateways are under fire. Yeah, big move here from Nicoract. Takes down the first gate, lands the Viking, and now going for the second. Oof, yeah, brutal tank shot, another Stalker falls. Down to 7 Stalkers. 7 Stalkers left. Second gateway is going to go down. Soon to be down to 1 gate. He dives in. Shameless, he goes for the dive. Takes out the tank. Takes out the medevac. Ooh, and he will clean this up, but at a cost. At a cost of a lot of Stalkers. As the Stalker barely does survive, barely blinks away. And we get another. Ooh, we can. As it all settles, Shameless, he holds, he defends. That was 7 Stalkers and a Sentry. 7 Stalkers, 1 Sentry, 1 Gateway for a tank, a medevac, a handful of Marines. I would say in total, a nice trade, a better trade for Nicoract. Winding it back here, economies are comparable to each other. Nicoract behind this, working towards stim and tank production, extra racks as well. Nicoract, though, he's vulnerable to a counterattack, but alas, he has a tank. The tank is in position. Nicoract, he is ready. Nicoract, he is ready, he is secure. Looking solid so far here on 2 bases. Likewise in the main, tank is in position, bio as well. He's good to go. So far, so good. Likewise, Shameless now taking a third. Remember, this third base is also late. It's a late third base for Shameless. It should have already been done by now, but because of the aggression, because of the aggression, because of the move out, Nicoract did heavily delay any kind of expansion. Again, didn't kill, but dealt a lot of damage, whether it's trading or also containing the Protoss. But now we have a bit of a pause, and hopefully everything is okay. We're more than happy to have a pause here, so we can calm down. We can calm down and have a look at the group itself. Also, oh my god, look at me. I'm like, I'm flaming, Pappy. I'm on fire. It's because of my I'm wearing a green shirt, so I'm like partially catching fire. Let's go. But this does give us a moment here to go over the bracket itself and to catch up on the matches coming up ahead of us. Let's go. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. Let's switch our scenes over and have a look together. Okay, from the top, Group B. We have Group B ahead of us here. Group A, of course, it concludes. I recommend the VODs. I do recommend the VODs. We had plenty of amazing matches last night, and we had Skilless, Milky Cow, and GG Machine advancing on into the playoffs. Again, as I mentioned before, there was a big upset, and Yang Yakov failed to make it through, failed to advance on. Despite the scoreline, it came down to the head-to-head. GG Machine and Yang Yakov, they were tied 5-5, but in the head-to-head matchup, GG Machine did win that series, and as a result, did make it through instead in Yang Yakov's place. When it comes to Group B, we have 6 amazing players. We have Wayne, we have Rostok, we have Strange, Nikich, Nicoract, and Shameless. They're all facing off, and again, only top 3 will make it through, but we'll get into that after the game because we're jumping back on in. Whew. We're back. For now, third base, saturated, is getting saturated as we speak. Likewise, Nicoract, he's going to be contained on 2 bases until the upgrades finish as well. I'm referring to Stim, Combat Shields, and +1. The upgrades are on the way. Once the upgrades finish, then Nicoract can break out and look to expand and get a third. Until then, though, is going to be contained. We can see Shameless rotating into the main base, but as we mentioned, there's already the setup here in the main. Tank, Bio Army as well. Good Sim City here with the Raxes. So Nicoract is secure. And behind this, Shameless is taking. Is getting his third base saturated and taking up into his splash damage of choice. Not going to be Storm, going to be Colossus instead. So Colossus production has begun. We have 4 more gateways on the way. +1, charge. Shameless settling in and looking quite nice here as he does saturate his bases. And soon can think about a 4th. I say think about, a lot of it does depend on whether or not Nicoract is going all in. There it is, 3rd CC's on the way. Nicoract, he will expand. He will break out and expand. And we'll see if we can catch Shameless unawares. Oh, Stim's in! Doesn't quite get it. Stalkers, they blink away in time. Shameless, he recalls back home, doesn't want to get caught out. And Nicoract, he's pushing. Now remember, this is not an all-in. Nicoract, he is getting a 3rd CC behind this, but a very committed move out nonetheless. And again, +1 attack is going to finish just in time for the push. Just as the fight occurs. Meanwhile, Shameless, he runs into the army. There is a Colossus on the high ground. No shield battery, not yet. But there are force fields and a Colossus. And Shameless, he should be able to hold on. Should be able to hold his ground. Tanks are moving forward. Does force field, does catch out the bio. Good about it, bio gets caught. Nice lift up here by Nicoract. Good lift. Does preserve his army. Tanks are barely not within range of the Nexus. At the same time, Shameless going for a run by. Likewise, so is Nicoract going for his own drop. Does poke up. Oh! Pokes up the ramp. Shaves off a couple of units. And Nicoract doesn't keep pushing. He is edging ever closer. Ooh, is within range. Tank blow is going off. Massive connections. Gets a sentry. At the same time, there's Zealous that hit the natural. Nicoract going into the main. But Shameless is in position. Yeah, he's in position. A full medevac. It's going to go down. Barely unloads in time. Whew, gets away. Main army forced back, and these Zealots are wreaking havoc. 14 SCVs going down. This is brutal. Getting all the reinforcements, getting the SCVs as well. 15 SCVs. And Shameless, he's breaking out. He's going to shut this down. And we'll take some massive mind shots to the face. Uh-oh. The Widow managed to connect, but that's 3 Colossus. Yeah, the triple Colossus, far too much to handle. Takes down every single tank. And with that, Shameless, he doesn't just defend, he deflects the drop in the main, and he deals damage across the map. 20 SCV kills. Nicoract just falling apart here, both offensively and defensively. Now here comes Shameless. He's moving out, he's going for the counterattack. And there just isn't really much at home to defend. There's a handful of Marauders, no bunker, no tanks. There's just nothing here. There's nothing left. Again, Nicoract, he took a chance going for the drop, but alas, Shameless was ready for it. Likewise, he was punished for moving out with his reinforcements. If they were at home, then the Zealot Rambai would have been dealt with. Or the other option, of course, is if the drop had seen the Zealot Rambai, then Nicoract could have responded, could have reacted, come back home and dealt with it. Alas, didn't quite occur. And now Shameless has a lot of momentum on his side. There's a lot of momentum. He's now looking to push in. Vikings, they lead the charge, going for the Colossus. Colossus taking a lot of damage. One Colossus goes down, but that's only one. GG gets called as there's nothing left on the ground, and Shameless takes game number 1. GG. GG will play Shameless. He will take a lead in the series, but merely only a lead. Bearing in mind this is a best of 2, Nicoract, he can bounce back. I also want to emphasize as well that this committed aggressive style out of Nicoract is going to be a little bit less effective on some of these larger maps, like Frostline, the map itself working against you just because of the size of the map, just because it takes so long to get across the map. But I want to believe that we can bounce back here in game 2 and we can have a tight series. Nicoract, he's a heavy hitter looking to get out of this group. We'll see if he can. Again, Shameless, he is the runner-up. You could argue Shameless is the favorite player here out of almost everyone, other than Wayne, of course. Like Shameless and Wayne, we expect them to make it through. Can they, though? We'll see. We will see. It's catching up in the chat. Light on fire. Light my fire. Let's go. As we are getting into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the red Protoss player. We have the we have the red Terran player. The red Terran representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. Currently down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back and tie things up. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the previous Fire Cup runner-up, the Blue Protoss. For Team Little Fairy, it is a Shameless. Let's go. Let us go. As Nicoract, he moves out very early on with the SCV, and I would imagine he's getting ready for an eBay block. Yep, there we go. Based on the rally location, he's headed towards the natural, looking to eBay block and looking to force the unnatural natural out of Shameless. We'll see if Nicoract can get this up and running unscouted and unseen. And if so, Shameless is going to be forced into a really awkward position, forced to expand either at the forward location or the triangular location. And from that moment, he'll be vulnerable, he'll be exposed, and Nicoract can try to bring him down. But now, though, we go. There's that eBay on the way. Probe has arrived. Because of the eBay, we typically go for a factory follow-up here, as we cannot afford the CC. And yep, Shameless, he sees the engineering bay, and he is forced to expand elsewhere. Here we go. Does go for the triangular third as a natural, the unnatural natural, if you will. Nicoract, once he confirms, he can just cancel. He can just cancel the eBay and get the refund. There's that factory in production. And from here, we can go into early Hellion play, we can go into early Cyclones. Basically, now Nicoract has the opportunity to try to punish this, to try to punish how spread out Shameless is, and can either threaten the third or threaten the main base, can rotate between them and try to pull Shameless apart. As Nicoract, he keeps the eBay here on location until it starts getting low. Again, could cancel just so we can afford the faster CC. As there's the add on top. eBay now under fire. Ooh, meanwhile, Shameless with the pylon. Very nice moves. Very cheeky play here, Shameless. He does a block and he does heavily delay Hellion production. Very heavily here. Denies mining time from those SCVs. Now Hellions are going to be on the way, but very nice moves by Shameless. And again, eventually Nicoract going to be forced to cancel. The eBay, I mean. The engineering bay. Now Hellions are amassing, but again, they're going to be far later this time. Likewise, the rush distance by ground is quite long on Abyssal Reef as well. So Shameless, things are looking up for him to recover. It's going to be a Stargate opener, not a Twilight Council, so we're headed towards, I would imagine, Oracles, Phoenixes, Nobbling Stalkers. Spotter Pylon is going to be thrown down. And it's going to be a Phoenix first. Okay, let's go. And there's a cancel. So Phoenix opener here out of Shameless to gain map control, to hunt down whatever comes his way. Here comes a quadruple Hellion move out, and behind this, Nicoract going for 2 more Raxes here before the starport. Hyper aggression out of Nicoract. This is a borderline 2-base all in. The reason why is because Nicoract is choosing to focus and prioritize stim and upgrades over medevacs and drop play. And the probes, ooh, the probes do line up. Yeah, Worker's going to be going down. He gets 2 so far. Gets up to 4. 4 probes going down. Dives into the mineral line. Probes are still exposed. Another volley goes off. Ooh, getting 6. Getting 6 probe kills. Getting 7 now. And shouldn't get any more than that. 7 probes for 4 Hellions. Not bad. Not a bad trade here by Nicoract. Does deal some economic damage. Behind this, building up towards, again, stim, combat shields, tank production as well. We do have a safety Cyclone, though. I mean, considering the Stargate opener, would be wise to invest into additional Cyclones. There we go. Cyclone into tank, not second Cyclone. Again, this 2-base all-in, I mean, the tanks are quite necessary here as the backbone of the army. So we need that tank production. Phoenix going to be forced back. And we'll see if Nicoract decides to pull the boys with this. Bearing in mind there is no eBay with this, there's no +1. Just stim, combat shields. And ideally moves out with 2 to 3 tanks. Because of the Cyclone being produced first, though, it does delay tank production and does mean that we might be down a tank instead. Phoenixes, they scout, they confirm lack of starports. Oh, 1 Phoenix goes down. Big pickoff. Yeah, massive pickoff here. Scan reveals the saturation, reveals the army. Here comes the push, and some of the boys are being pulled. Not all of the boys, but some of them. Here we go. Phoenix does catch a reinforcing marine. It's going to be 7 SCVs. Pylon does spot the army, and Shameless, he responds. Does respond. He has force fields. Oh, there's a first stim. Army does stim in. Nice force field, slowing down the push. Ooh, does choke up the army. But the last 1 sentry still goes down. They're getting 1 sentry. Second shield battery's on the way. We need more warpins. We need the Phoenixes. The army races back home. Immortal has arrived. It's going to be a tough hold here for Shameless. He's supply blocked. Yeah, big supply block. Boys are being pulled. Nice lift here on the tank. It's only 1. Just 1 tank, but alas, the lift does run out. We have more lifts. Tank falls. Nice target firing. Reinforcements have arrived. 11 probes go down, but a Shameless holds. He defends. He shuts down the army, forces back Nicoract, and Shameless, he's still up in probes. He's still up in economy. He can now take a 3rd base, and Nicoract, he's racing back home. That was not enough. That was not good enough for Nicoract. He had to break this expansion. He had to break the army and kill the mineral line. Didn't manage to do so. Did not manage to pull it off. From here, Nicoract, he's now getting a starport. Still no 3rd CC, but the starport is a sign that we're looking to build up towards a later game. towards a longer game state. As from here, Shameless just has to chill. Like, there's no pressure on Shameless to push. He can just get a third. He can just get a third base, tech up into a bay, into +1, into the forge, into upgrades, Colossus production as well. Taking extra gases. Like, Shameless, the pressure is not on him. He can just calm things down. The pressure is on Nicoract to either get more damage or be hyper greedy. Based on the fact that we have yet to see a third CC, it looks like a secondary all-in. Shameless has built up that Phoenix count. Threatening a dive here at the natural. Oh, hello, complete in the chat. Get that? Gah, baby, gah. Good to see you. Oh. Zerva gets caught out. Nice catch here from Nicoract. Nice catch. Here we go, Nicoract. He's going to be pushing. He is spotted. Yeah, the army gets spotted by the Phoenixes. He's going to be delayed. And do we pull the boys with this? We might just have to. As Nicoract, he's got 3 tanks. Solid bio army here. A lot of marauders, a lot of bio, a lot of marines. Across the map, what is it to defend? No shield battery at the natural. Bear that in mind. There are some force fields, though. I'm pushing towards that natural base. Shameless is in position. Spots the army. And pushing up this ramp is not going to be easy. Not against force fields. Colossus swipes coming in. That's not good here on the Colossus. A lot of damage gets dealt. And Nicoract, he's tempting to push up. He's tempted. Oh, Shameless, a little bit premature, pulling the workers away. They can actually still mine here, but the bio army does stem in. And the base is going to go down. And Nexus does fall. Shameless just building up a greater army. Reinforcements have arrived. Shameless, I'm sure, was hoping to catch out some reinforcements. He's unable to. Nicoract still pushing in. Oh my god. And I feel like we would see opportunity. Yeah, wasn't able to force field. Army dives in. First Colossus goes down. And Nicoract, can he break through? He is. He's pushing through. Gets the first Colossus. 1 Colossus left. The tanks, they just bully back the ground army. And Shameless, he had to engage this ahead of time. He had to slow it down. Another Colossus goes down. And Nicoract, he's doing it. Phoenixes, they dive in. There's all the tanks, but there's barely anything to support the Colossus. There's 1 Colossus, 2 Immortals. And they're not immortal. They go down one after the other. GG gets called. Nicoract, he snowballs out of control. And Nicoract will tie things up 1-1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. And Nicoract does tie things up. And with that, we have a tied scoreline. With that, we end it with a tied 1-1 scoreline. GG. GG, well played. Again, Shameless, he defended initially quite well, and I do think he was in a better position, but when it came to the second all-in, when it came to the second push, he needed to slow it down, needed to be active on the map, to engage ahead of time, to force some sieges, to force out some stims. Alas, he wasn't able to. More importantly, despite being on the high ground, he was unable to force field the ramp and stop Nicoract from pushing up the ramp into the natural base. He just wasn't able to do so. Part of that, I'm sure, was lack of shield batteries, lack of support. Just was not able to pull that off. And with that, GG. GG, well played. With that, we do end things with a tied scoreline. As remember, this was a best of 2. Best of 2, not a best of 3. So a shorter series here. A series without necessarily a climax, as I'm sure we would want to see who would come out on top between these 2 players, but not quite how best of 2s work. Not quite. Here we go. And with that, we can catch up on the bracket. We can catch up on the Wikipedia page and see if we have any other matches ahead of us. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look back yourselves. Let's refresh and see if we have any updates. Likewise, we have yet to really indulge in the bracket itself. Well, in the group, I should say. Okay, from the top, we have our 6 players. We have Wayne, Rostok, Strange, Nikich, Nicoract, and Shameless. 3 of these 6 will advance on. Which of these 3? It's hard to say. Wayne should be the favorite player to come out in first place. Shameless is also a favorite player to come out in second place. But even then, as we just saw, even though Shameless, he's the runner-up, did drop him out to Nicoract, right? Like, we have players like Nicoract, we have Nikich, we have Strange, we have Rostok. They can threaten these players. They can threaten the hierarchy of who should make it out of Group B, and it's a hard one to call. I think when it comes to predictions, I think I went Wayne, Shameless, and Strange. But even then, like, I can see Nicoract making it through as well. I can see Nikich making it through. I think Rostok is more of a darker horse here in this group, but I mean, there's always upset potential. Always. As we can have a look at the matches themselves. Again, this is going to be round 1. Round 1 is wrapping up. We just saw Nicoract and Shameless tie things up 1-1. Wayne and Rostok, I believe they have concluded, and Strange and Nikich, I believe they are mid-series. I believe Strange and Nikich, they're still mid-series, so they're still ongoing. They're still facing off. Scrolling a little bit further down, we have the 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round, and 5th round. It's 5 rounds. 5 rounds in total. Round robin. Round robin format here to get out of the groups. And we should be casting at least 1 series per round. So at least 5 matches. And of course we have the playoff bracket, which we can get into towards the end of the broadcast. We'll get there. For now, though, we might be going on a short break. Vetoes are underway. Up next is going to be our round 2 match. I can actually just show it to you here and now. Wayne and Shameless are available. Up next, Shameless versus Wayne in a ZVP. This is a rematch of the grand finals of last month's Fire Grow Cup. Is a rematch of the number 1 and number 2 players. Let's go. So we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we will have our next series. We'll have our next best of 2. Until then, take this moment to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines. Take care. Take care while we get ready. Oh. Good position. Yeah, good position. So we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Until then, see you soon. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the group stage of the Fire Cup number 6, Group B. We are here with our second round, and we have a banger of a best of 2 ready for us here. This is a rematch of the grand finals of Fire Cup number 5 last month, and now they face off here in the group stage. What happened to the seeding? Regardless, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of El Dorado, we have the red Zerg player. We have the red Zerg, the reigning champion. The reigning champion here, Fire Cup, it is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom right corner, we have the runner-up representing Team Little Fairy. It is Shameless. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat. As a reminder, this is going to be a best of 2, not a best of 3 or a best of 5. Best of 2. So there are 3 options available. It could either go 2-0 either direction or a tied 1-1 scoreline. Get juiced up. Get that juice going. Let's go. As game 1 is on El Dorado, a very unique map in the map pool. I'm curious how our players will play this out. Again, there's a lot of possibilities. What I do appreciate, though, is that Shameless did show us a plethora of builds the last time these two faced off. Clearly showing us he doesn't have to play the same way every single game. He has some shenanigans up his sleeve if need be. Otherwise, you can just play standard. Likewise, if you were here last month or if you weren't here last month, then a bit of a refresher here. Wayne, he all-in the hell out of Shameless. I want to say like 4 games in their finals. Like like Wayne, he all-in so often, just time and time again, whether it's 2 base all-in, 3 base all-ins, like Link Queen Nidus all-in, Dropper Lords, or even German Taxis, Ling Hydra base all-ins, like just committed hard, like so hard, time and time again. We barely got any macro out of Shameless and Wayne, and it was a very close series as well, in the sense that Shameless, he was barely being broken. Like every time he barely didn't hold on and barely didn't have enough to have the defense ready. It was very close. I recommend it. I do recommend. Very fun series. But we'll see. We'll see how these two fare off against each other here a month later. Is a month later. So now it is going to be Hatchgat Spool, standard opener out of Wayne. Likewise, Shameless going for a gate expand into Cybercore. We have to take a choice. It's going to be a Stargate opener. Okay. Stargate opener out of Shameless. Meanwhile, Wayne rushing into his third. Third base is on the way. With the Stargate, we should be seeing Oracle into a standard setup. We'll see if Shameless does spice things up with a Void Ray. Could try to deny vision and deny scouting of Wayne. True. Could go for it. Shameless is keeping tabs on Wayne. Threatening Shades. There it is. We have the first unit, Void Ray. Okay, it's going to be a Void Ray opener this time. Again, the goal of the Void Ray is to hunt down Overlords, to deny vision, and to keep Wayne in the dark. And from here, we can spice things up. We can go for early Tech, early Twilight Council, second Stargate, Fleet Beacon into Sky Toss, early Robo as well. There is potential. There are options for Shameless, or it could even just be a third. Sorry, it could even be Void Ray into Oracle, into a third base, into a standard game. Could do it all. Third base is going to be on the way. Overlord is in position to scout. Lings, they do come in to attempt to delay the expansion, but the Adepts are ready. The Adepts are here. And Wayne backs off. Wayne, he pulls away. Shameless, I believe he does see the Overlord. Despite that, he's looking for another. And he will find one. Not bad. We'll find the first Overlord in the center of the map. +1 melee on the way. Here you go. Melee is on the way. There's Oracle dips in. Gets a drone. Does get a worker. Just the one drone for now. Second Oracle's on the way. So far, standard opener. Yes, it's going to be Void Ray into third base, into additional Oracles. The Twilight Council Forge on the way. Standard follow-up here by Shameless. Nothing crazy. Looking to get into +1 and looking to get into Blink as well. Everything looking as it should. Lings are close. Did they not conclude? Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're good to go. They're set. Oh. Meanwhile, Shameless does commit. Again, he's got 6 adepts, dives into the main base. Drone's going to be going down. Lings, they're not quite here. They're not in position. Lings are racing on over. So far, only 2 drones. Going for the Queen. The Queen should go down. I say that Lings are there just in time to protect. And where's the Shade? The Shade is late. Massive pick of Lings. They surround, they clean up the adepts, and Wayne will hold. Not without losing 4 drones. But that is a better trade for Wayne. Shameless was hoping for something more. He just lost 6 adepts for only 4 workers. A rough trade for the Protoss. Wayne going for a counterattack behind this, going into +1 range, and Hydras is going Ling Hydra, skipping out on Roaches. Hits the 3rd base, collapsing on the shield batteries, gets a kill. Nice force field. Will buy some time, but despite that, there are just still so many Lings. They come in from behind. Heading into the mineral line, getting 1 sentry. 1 sentry and 7 workers. Behind this, I assumed it was going to be +1 in blink, but no, +1 in charge. So Shameless is going for an earlier timing. Shameless, he will be the first to move out with a committed army. We'll see what he can get done. So just building up. Immortals, more charge slots. Should be warping him back at home. But due to all these Lings, Wayne is just keeping Shameless pinned back. Just keeping him pinned. Threatening the natural. There's that secondary wall. Stalker is barely not going to go down. Still should though. Yeah, there we go. Stalker does fall. Catching out and surrounding the Zealots as well. These things are getting out of hand. The Oracles are out of position, and now they're racing back home. Shameless, he did not respect this. He did not react fast enough. Now the Oracles finally arrive. Lings force back. And again, that was a good trade for Wayne. Behind the Shameless getting a 4th. Getting his 4th base. Charge is now done, but I mean, most of the Zealots just went down. Temple Archives now on the way. Shameless is stuck at home. He's going to be stuck at home. And Wayne has the freedom to double expand. Getting a 4th, getting a 5th base. Wayne can start droning. And he's still just rallying everything across the map. The Lings and now the Hydras as well. Wayne has momentum. Momentum is on his side. Lings, they collapse in. Rotating over towards the expansion. Oh no, they get a surround. They get another surround in the base. It's gonna go down. At the same time, Hydras, they push in. Oh, they get caught by the Zealots. These are slow Hydras, despite that they still hold their own. The base falls, and Wayne is just pulling Shameless apart. Forcing his way up the ramp. Getting caught out by the Zealots. Actually, a better trade for Shameless, catching all the Hydra. Oh my god. The Hydra count gets resets, but probes are going down. And remember, Shameless, he lost an expansion. He fights well. He reset the Hydra count. And needs a counterattack. He needs to, it's not going to be pretty here, but he does need to push. Storm is almost done. Is there a War Prism? There is not. Delayed reinforcements. Here we go. War Prism just now on the way. 4th base being rebuilt. Shameless, he knows he needs to be active, but he just doesn't have enough to be active. Turns around. Wayne wants to get, he wants that 4th for a 2nd time. He wants it. This time he's not going to get it. Rotation by Shameless. Solid rotation. Wayne rebuilding, moving in. The supplies are still quite close. I'm impressed here that Shameless has been able to recover. Not gonna lie. Very impressed. And he has so many storms available. That's what, 6 High Templar. His army is somewhat split. Border goes down. And Shameless, he responds. Shows her storms. Ooh, Noah has the base gets denied. That's brutal. That should not have happened. Again, Shameless, he did not have his army split up. He only had the Oracles here, and that was not enough. Oof. As Shameless, he needed that 4th base. Prism gets into the main. Now Wayne is the one out of position. Warping does. Ah, Shameless, he's supply blocked. He couldn't warp it anymore. I was curious. I was like, why so few zealots? Unfortunately, an unfortunate supply block. High Templar get caught out. Decent storms. But the Lunkers, they have arrived. And there's no answer for these Lunkers. Is no good answer. Oh, nice surround though. I mean, the surround is the answer. Oh my god. Once again, Shameless taking a much better fight, cleaning up every single lurker. How many was that? 9. 9 lurkers, all the Hydras, all the Lings. Once again, Shameless, he takes the better main army engagement for the second time. And Wayne is in trouble. Wayne, he's in a lot of trouble here. He invested so heavily into 9 lurkers and it was not worth it. And now here comes Shameless. He's got to push. We got to commit for now, just catching out these overlords. Moving out across the map, he's holding onto that prism. He can always dive in once the fight does start. It does occur. And now's the time. Now's the time to shine. We have 5 lurkers on the way. Defensively, it's going to be more difficult for Shameless to engage, but like if you can get another surround. The Ling run by, they just continue. They keep going. The Oracle's not at home. There's a defensive warp in. The lurkers are ready just in time. Shameless took too long. Decent revelation. Lurkers going down. We have another. Observers with the main army. 1 lurker falls. Nice Aces looking down one of the Archons. Oh no, he's stuck. I don't think I've seen that before, but the Archon is going to be trapped. Let him out. Let him out. And Shameless, he can just snowball from here. Oh, Lings, they come in first round. They shut down that 1 Archon. Lurkers, they get away. They try to. The final lurker is going to fall. And we need Zealot reinforcements. Where are the warp in? Zealots, they head across the map. Ooh. Nice feedback. Get a decent storm. And there's so many Hydras. Hydras crumble. Zealots, they charge in. They shut down the mineral line. 13 drones going down. And Wayne, he's falling apart. Again, like those fights that were just too heavily in favor of Shameless. Wayne throwing away so much. Whether it was the first Hydra push or, of course, the first Lurker push as well. And Shameless, he finally gets a 4th. The 4th base finally up and running. He can sustain himself. And he can sustain Skytoss. Mothership, Carriers, Skytoss is on the way. 5th base as well. From here, Shameless just has to calm down, chill, back off, and max out. Shameless, he can get away with defending. Just have that prism as well to dive into the main. Double lurker den. Let's go. Now, the lurker count is building up. And what I will say is that there is a window. There's a window in time here where Mass Lurker can actually break the Protoss before Skytoss gets too out of hand. But it is a window. Speaking of, ooh, Lurker does get into the mineral line. Nothing in position to defend. Shameless, he has to react to this. The lurker here towards the south. So far, no response. Lurker's pushing in. Shameless, he does lead the charge though. And this lurker, is it gonna force him? Is it just gonna force him all in here? As another lurker has arrived. Now Shameless responds, but he does need detection.
We're down a mineral cluster.
Oh yeah, the Zealots are not gonna do well for them by themselves. They need an Oracle. Zealots, they get cleaned up. Meanwhile, massive warping across the map. And Shameless, he busts into the main base, catching out Hydras, forcing the army back home. Observer now arrives, but now we need another warp in. Yeah, just a really messy defense here from Shameless. He'll eventually clean this up. Oh god. Eventually. Oh no, 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 he gets trapped. Oh god. See, because I need to have another warp in. Meanwhile. Oh. Speaking of detection, likewise, Shameless, he doesn't really have the observer here. Oof. Observers have to respond. Again, just really messy defense by Shameless. And Wayne, he can just pick him apart. Comes in with the abduction. Gets one. Gets one carrier. The observer now can race over. But despite the advantage that Shameless had, again, this defense has left much to be desired. Wayne, he's bouncing back. He's bouncing back in this game. Wayne is still in this. Oof. Smash just going off. The concave is brutal. Shameless taking a rough fight. At the same time, they get across the map. Drones are going down. Brutal losses here for Wayne. Losing 7, losing 8 drones. Wayne, he's rotating. Pushing in. Nice storm on the lurkers. Storm on the hydras as well. Whack the storms. Yeah, storms are brutal. Any more storms? Another one does connect. And the Protoss army is breaking through. Despite that, though, the Immortals, they do go down. I do want to still favor Shameless. The Viper! The Viper! Does he notice? Shameless catching out more drones. The Viper is going to be chased down. Massive pickup. Wayne once again coming with that one lurker. This time getting caught out. Forced to borrow. Once again, another lurker falls. Oh, Wayne, he cannot take this fight. He's being overwhelmed. GG gets called. Wayne, he has nothing left. He plummets in supply, and Shameless takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Shameless does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if Wayne can bounce back. I want to believe we can get it back and forth here, but Shameless does have momentum on his side. And we'll see if Wayne can recover. We'll see. Just catching up. Did you get a nice nap? If you're referring to after Little League Cup, God no. I was after Little League Cup. I was scheduling VODs. I was scheduling Little League for today. Little League is gonna go live on YouTube in a couple of hours. So God no. But I'm looking forward to, after this event, to actually get some proper sleep. I do want to try to force myself to sleep as much as possible before the finals of Little League Cup. Like, I want to be well rested. Like, tomorrow is the finals, you know, it's a big day. I want to make sure that my brain is 100% there. So after this cast, for the first time in like over a month, I'm going to try and sleep 8 hours. It's going to be crazy. I don't think I can. I think like my internal clock is wired to like wake up at certain intervals. So it's difficult to get 8 hours, but I'll do my best. Do my best. And here we go. We're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of King's Cove, we have the red Zerg player, the reigning champion of Fire Grow Cup, but he's down in the series. Can he bounce back? It is Wayne. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Little Fairy, the runner up, but he's up in the series. It is Shameless. It's gonna be some of the sloppiest 2 or 3 minutes I've seen in a while. It was really sloppy defense against the lurker specifically, right? Like the lurker defense was really rough. Because of the rough lurker defense, it meant that the main army defense was also really shaky as well, because the observer had to be at 2 places at once. It was a little bit shaky there from Shameless. So very much so. Despite that, was able to come out ahead, right? Despite that, Wayne took some really rough fights. I do think that Wayne was overconfident. If you remember, when it came to the first Hydra push, when it came to the first lurker push as well, I do think that Wayne assumed that he could break Shameless, which is why he committed. And clearly Wayne, he was definitely, he misjudged the situation. He did misjudge how far ahead he was, and with that, Wayne, he did lose control of the game quite quickly, and things snowballed out of control. But we'll see if Wayne can recover. And I do think he just has to calm things down. Like, Wayne, he was in a really good position denying the 4th base, getting economic damage done, like trading with his run-wise and Ling aggression. But maybe just has to play things out a little bit more macro after that. Potentially. For now, Hatch Gas Pool standard over at Wayne. Likewise, Shameless going for his own gate expanded to Cybercore into Stargate, most likely. Don't really expect Shameless to really shake things up too much. Not early on. Not early on. I slept for a couple of hours. Ah, I'm celoso. I'm celoso. Nah, no time for sleep. No time. Like, even after this, like, I say I want to sleep 8 hours, but I also have a lot of, like, scheduling to do. Also got a lot of work to do. Like, because I've been casting so much, it means that I've had less time to, like, make thumbnails and to schedule VODs and to work on social media. And I don't want to fall behind. I have to schedule all of Master Colosseum playoffs and House Galactic Battle and all of this week's tournaments. So I'll probably do as much as I can and then pass out. That'll be the plan. As Wayne is taking his third. Third base. Settling in, Link Speed is on the way, just focusing on droning, and this time it is going to be Oracle first, not Void Ray. Okay, so Shameless, he does mix it up. He does mix it up here. Last game went for the initial Void Ray, hunting down Overlords. This time, Oracle into a third base. We're calming down. And of course, welcome one and all to King's Cove. King's Cove is one of the larger maps in the map pool, very large map. Likewise, very defendable on 3 bases, so you can cut corners, you can be greedy initially. The 4th base is more exposed and more difficult to defend and hold on to, but we'll see if we can get there first. That's typically where the main point of contention is trying to expand. The Protoss player, the Protoss player trying to expand, and the Protoss player trying to defend that 4th. Not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. As the Oracle moves in. Oracle moves in. Gonna be forced back. Just scouting. Checks the 3rd base. No saturation. We're slowly joining up. We're looking for another way in. The Queen is ready though. Shameless is forced back. Is going to be forced back. Behind this, Forge and Twilight Council. Now, last game, this led into +1 in charge. I assumed Blink, but we could see charge once again, depending on Shameless's preferred playstyle. I mean, Charge or Arc on Immortal Storm is very popular. It's a little bit more one note. There's less kind of... a little bit more one note. There's kind of less control or less attention you have to pay to the Stalkers when it comes to harassing and being active and sniping Overlords and threatening bases. It is a style that still works very well. And I mean, earlier today, Max is making full use of it against Raynor. True. Shameless does back in. Lings, they get a surround, they shut down the first 2 depths. Very nice catch. Shameless being forced back. Behind this, interesting. We do have an earlier Roach Warren out of Wayne, and Wayne, he's investing to Roach speed. Now, this could just be for safety, but as we can see, 7 Roaches are indeed in production for Wayne, which means he's going to be committing that much harder here. Okay, so this time he's not going Ling Hydra into Lurker, he's going Ling Roach. Could still lead into Lurkers later on down the line, but is investing quite heavily here into Roaches early on. Oracles, they do go for the dive, getting 2 drones. Lings at the same time, they hit the 3rd base, going for the gas geyser. The gas is surrounded. Nice snipe. Ooh, meanwhile, that's going to be brutal. So, first things first, +1 and Blink on the way. So, Shameless is going for a more active style here with his Mass Blink Stalker. Behind this, though, what do we have? A Fleet Beacon. Now, I don't see a second Stargate, just a Fleet Beacon. So, it looks like it's going to be Ground Toss and just a Mothership. This is a style that I've heard has been very popular on the European server, and we've seen a little bit of it from players like Skillus, I want to say Skills. He did tamper with it a little bit, and maybe a little bit of Max, but this hasn't really been too popular outside of Europe, and I'm excited to see it. I'm ready, I'm excited. Meanwhile, Wayne, he is not droning. Wayne, he's not droning, he's massing up purely Ling Roach. Meanwhile, there's that fast mothership that's on the way. The Overseer does the scout, it does not. There's a changeling, but so far no scout of the tech. So again, it's just fleet peeking into mothership, that's it. This is a style that was popularized last month in December. In the early hours of the patch. Early days of the patch, even. Meanwhile, Wayne is going to commit. Massing up Ling Roach. Again, Wayne, he cut workers early on. He's at less than 3 base saturation. And he's pushing in. Denies the 4th base, but he wants more than that. And the mothership is not ready. The mothership barely not ready. The army dives forward. Oof. Shameless, he does blink back, but he does expose his side defense. Shield batteries and cannons going down. Stalker's going to be falling as well. The Oracles, they do dive in. They do help. Nothing shoots up. And if we have the cloak, we just need the mothership. The cloak. So many Stalkers are falling. Again, this is a rough defense here for Shameless, but he does hold. At the end, lost 8 Stalkers for 22 Roaches. Jesus, the efficiency, though. Shameless, he defends. And he does outtrade the Zerg. Again, 22 Roaches for 8 Stalkers. If the mothership was a couple of seconds sooner, this would have been a much cleaner defense. But he does hold. Behind this, Wayne, he's now finally droning up. He's now getting up to 3 base saturation. But these are late workers for Wayne. So Shameless, he is ahead. Shameless is in a better position, has a better economy, has a better army. He's refining himself. And Wayne is falling behind. Does have the Spire. Lings are coming from behind. The Stasis! Oh my god, the Stasis was brutal! And 0 detection. The mothership laggy. There we go. The mothership does move in. Saves the Stalkers. No Overseer for Wayne. And Shameless, yeah, you can dive on the Lings as well. Well, I could have been a little bit more assertive there. As Lings, they do slip away. Regardless, better trades for the Protoss. Meanwhile, it's going to be a massive investment into Muta here from Wayne. We have 11 Mutas on the way. And these Mutas, they have to get damage done. Back at home, what is it to defend? The main base is exposed. The Natural's exposed. The 3rd base, a little bit less so. But there's potential. Now, if these Mutas do too much damage, this might just force an all-in. It might force Wayne to just commit and send everything across the map. If that happens, I don't know if Wayne can actually stop it. We'll see. Wayne does rally into the Natural. Main army, is denied. Here we go, Mutas reveal themselves. Boys, they're pulled away. So far, good reaction. But probes are going down. Brutal losses. And Stalkers, they do react. Definitely Rich diving in. The High Templar, they're exposed. But Poke gets activated. Not a single High Templar goes down. Nice defense here by Shameless, at least when it comes to the main army. But the probes. 14 worker kills. Ay, ay, ay. 14 probes going down. More Mutas coming in. And it's just pure Muta. It's just mass Muta. 26 Mutas. And this could just end the game. Wayne, he cannot fight head on. But he isn't. He isn't fighting. He is here, which I'm not too fond of. Bleeding out a lot of Mutas. A lot of Mutas go down. Tempest, they do reinforce. He's likewise hitting the 3rd. Tempest coming in. Stalkers as well. It's going to be 13 probe kills at the same time. Zells, they do get across the map. Not bad. 8 drones falling. But Wayne is running up to 80. That's a lot of drones. Getting up to 80 workers. Phoenix production has begun. Tempest, I mean, they can try to bully this. Oh. Mutas, they try to engage. They get 7 probes. 7 workers going down. Oh, brutal storm is on the storm. Oh, he stands in it. He stands in the storms. Jesus, so many Mutas going down. I'm afraid to look. How many? 26? 26 Mutas are fallen. Shameless is catching up in supply. Oh. Oh, no. And Shameless is building up a death bull of an army. And again, my biggest concern is the move out. Is when Shameless decides to counterattack. Because when he does decide to push out, I don't know if Wayne can hold. I don't know if he can even survive. Again, Mass Muta is not an army that's designed to fight an army head on. It's designed to counterattack, to hit mineral lines, pick off workers, not fight this. Investing Ducklings. You want Mutas to get thrown away. Wayne bleeding out too much. Letting Rumba get scouted. And again, even though Wayne is soon to max out, it's a very fragile army. Very fragile. Lings, they do hit the expansion. They force a cancel up just in time. They do force that cancel. Main arm is engaging. Cloak, I feel a little bit premature here, a little bit preemptive. For Shameless. As Cloak is now on cooldown. That may be a factor. Wayne, he rotates. Oh, runs into the army. Oh my god, he commits! Does get the Archon. Archon goes down. Do we have any High Templar? Where are the Storms? Yeah, Storms are lagging behind. Oh, that's still not a fight we can take, though. So many Mutas go down. What are we up to? It was 26. Some more Mutas are falling. Brutal pickups. 58. Jeez, 50. Look at how many gases. Look at the trade. Look at the resources lost. 7,000 gas. Mutas, they commit. Here come the Storms. Yeah, the Storms, they crash into the army, and this army's just gonna melt. Oh my god. It's a meat grinder. The Mutas, they take down the mothership, but alas. 68 Mutas going down. Oh no. Now, Shameless, he has no Storm. I don't think he can do this. I'm concerned. Shameless is pushing in, but he's gonna get surrounded. He has no Archons, he has no Storm. High Templar lagging behind. Now they're coming in. Storms, they attempt to zone away. Good dodges. Ooh. So risky push here from Shameless, but it looks like he might still have enough. Bust into the mineral line. Takes down the drones. Again, he has to count his Storms and preserve them. He cannot waste them. Yeah, he backs off. Yeah, okay. I'm all for this. Does pull back. Once again, Muta is being forced back as well. 11 drones falling. Oh, Mutas, they commit! Oh, no shot. Wayne, he's crazy! Tries to collapse in the army, and Wayne is gonna crumble. GG gets called, and Shameless, he will take the series at 2-0, taking down the reigning Fire Grow Cup champion. GG. GG, well played, Shameless. He will take it. Again, Wayne getting a little bit too excited too often here. Initially, he was killing a lot of probes with his Mutas. Was doing very good at harassing, but there were a couple of moments, a couple of questionable moments when Wayne committed, when he tried to dive on the army one too many times. Every time he attempted to dive, we saw him just plummet in supply. Like, he could never fight head on. Not with that, not with Mass Muta. It's not what it's built for. GG. GG, well played. And with that, GG well played. Shameless, he takes the win. Big win for Shameless. And with that, he will be securing himself. And Shameless, he might be the one playing him, making it out of Group B in first place. Shameless, he might be #1. It's possible. Like, Wayne was his biggest contender, and now he's gone down. So there's no one. I don't think there's anyone that Shameless is scared of. Not anymore. There's no fear. No fear. With that, Shameless, he does take the win. And now we are going to be getting ready here for round number 3. We're getting ready for round 3. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the back yourselves. Let's refresh and catch up on what has been going on. Whew. Okay. As the rounds are concluding, results are coming in. Let's go. Okay, first things first. We have Wayne. Wayne took down Rostok 2-0. Strange took down Nikich 2-0. That's a big win for Strange, by the way. A strong start from another Protoss player in the group. So nice 2-0. Then, of course, we have the tied 1-1 scoreline. That leads us into round number 2, where it looks like we still have ongoing matches here. I say that Strange 2-0 over Rostok, Shameless 2 over Wayne, and Nikich versus Nicoract, I believe, is still... Oh, actually, I believe it just wrapped up. So we're about to get updates, we're about to get results for Nikich versus Nicoract as round 2 is concluded, and we're getting into round number 3. When it comes to round 3, I need to follow some of our players here. Shameless versus Nikich is going to be a fun one, don't get me wrong, but I want to follow Wayne into Strange. Strange is the other big name in this group. Like Strange, he so far is undefeated. Same with Strange. So far, Strange, he's in the top of the standings, top of the group. I need to see how Wayne handles him. Strange is a very aggressive Protoss player. We're going to see a role reversal, where in Wayne versus Shameless, it did feel like Wayne was the aggressor in Shameless. He was mainly defending and surviving and then counterattacking, both in game 1 and game 2. Here against Strange, I feel like we're going to see a role reversal where Strange is going to be very much so in the face of Wayne with all-ins, with crazy builds, DTs, slow lots all-ins, soul trains. That's what we expect. That's what we expect out of Strange. Cannon rushes as well. Strange, very cheesy, very aggressive, very unorthodox as a player. So let's find out. Vetoes are underway, and when we come back, we will have Wayne versus Strange coming up next. Will be our next cast. Here we go. I think if Wayne just goes up to like Lurker Infestor, typically when you go into mutas like this, you do want to tech out of it, just because eventually the Protoss player is going to counterattack. So that is usually the case where typically when you're harassing with mutas, you want to throw it in a hydrogen and go into lurkers, specifically lurker tech, because that will kind of nullify and delay any kind of ground push. Then from there, then you can think further ahead. But as we saw, Wayne, he did decide to commit. He was getting to +2 air attack and he committed into mass muta. Once again, I would say probably just overconfidence. I would say overconfidence out of Wayne that he'd just be able to break Shameless. Again, Wayne, he is the reigning champion. Like, he is the #1 player in the tournament, at least so far, at least without Skillus. Bear that in mind. He's the #1 player in the group. So maybe just overconfidence here from him. And with that, he gets punished for it. And Shameless takes the win. Here we go. Regardless, with that, we are going to be going on a short break. And when we come back, we're going to be following Wayne into his next ZVP. See you soon. See you soon. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OSC as we have returned with the third round, with round number 3 here in 5 Grow Cup 6 Group B. We have our 2 players here, and we'll see if our reigning champion can recover and bounce back, because things are looking a little bit bleak here in the group stage. We'll see if he can. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Frostline, we have the Red Zerg player. The Red Zerg, the reigning champion of 5 Grow Cup number 5, it is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player. He is just a little bit strange. A lot strange, actually. He's let's go. Against Strange, he often comes up with his own builds, his own play styles. He's a hyper aggressive player here in general in every single matchup. So I'm ready. I'm excited to see what he throws the way of Wayne, and we'll see how Wayne handles being the defender instead of being the aggressor. Here we go. If you're in the chat, predictions are open. Predictions are actually about to close, so make sure you place your bets while you can on how you think this series will unfold. As a reminder, this is a best of 2, so you predict either a 2-0 in either direction or a tied 1-1 scoreline. Best of luck. Best of luck with your predictions as we settle in. But now we do have our hatch gas full standard opener out of Wayne. Likewise, Strange going to be opening up Gate Expand into Cybercore. Really, it's after this I want to see, does he open up Stargate, Robo, Twilight Council, 2 base? Does he get a third? I don't know if he will. I'll be honest. Maybe. We'll see. So now our players are settling in. Just saturating their bases, and of course, before I forget, welcome one and all to Frostline. Of course, we have Frostline. We have a very large map in the map pool, very difficult to defend the 3rd and 4th bases. As you expand, as the game progresses, it becomes more difficult to hold on to your fringe bases as you become very spread out here on Frostline. Long late game is very rare on this map, and oh my god, Wayne is rushing to a Roach Warren. That is a 220 Roach Warren, and Strange is opening up Twilight Council. So both players are being hyper aggressive. Who comes out on top? Wayne with the Roach Rush, Strange with a lot of potential. Does he open up Glaives? Does he open up DTs? Where we headed? Where we dropping? Now Twilight Council is placed. Strange, he's staying in gas. Now Strange, he is known for going 3 gates Glaives into a 3rd. True. He is very much so known for that. Skipping the Robo as well. Safety Shield Battery? He didn't scat anything. Just a little bit paranoid here about the Lings. Yeah, very safe setup here with that shield battery, and it is going to be a DT opener. Mate, okay. So, with something like a dark with the. Hold on, I'm outside. So with a DT opener, this can be crazy. No detection, no lair. The all-in is coming. If Strange can buy time and warp in DTs defensively, he can defend and counterattack. Like, there's potential here for DTs, but it's going to be very close and very clutch because the Dark Shrine is only halfway done, and here comes the all-in. Here comes Wayne, just massing up Ling Roach. Strange behind this, only 1 shield breaker. He doesn't know what's coming his way. He's heading up for an expand. He's taking a 3rd. He doesn't know what's going on. He did not scout whatsoever. He's being punished for it, as here comes the army. Strange, he didn't scout. He's being caught with his pants down. The Dark Shrine is almost done, but last, the wall is going to be broken. No warp-ins, nothing to defend. The Stalker goes down, does not wall off in time. And Lings, they flood in. They flood into the bases. They knock down the pylon. Diving into the main points are being pulled. Where are the defensive DTs? Where's the warp-ins? We need them. Pat. Yeah, for now, they're on cooldown. Lings, they dive on top of the pylon to depower all the gateways. GG gets called as Wayne. He will snowball out of control just in time. And we'll take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. GG, well played. He will take a lead in the series. Again, able to break Strange. And again, Strange, he didn't scout. He didn't scout across the map. He didn't know what was going on. Didn't know that there was no droning, no saturation. He didn't realize how much danger he was in. He was just getting to his own build. He was expanding. He was taking a 3rd base. Whereas, again, he did not take notice of what his opponent was up to, was punished for it. GG. GG well played. We'll see if this time Strange does scout. We'll see if he does move out across the map with the Adept, with the probe. We'll see if he does get a better idea of what Wayne is up to. Oh boy. Because clearly Wayne, he's willing to all in. Is willing. Let's go. So we are jumping into game 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines. We have the red Zerg player leading the series 1-0. And we'll see if he can take the 2-0. It is Wayne. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player. Again, a little bit strange, and likewise, clearly not willing to scout at times. Hopefully he does this time. It is Strange. Down in the series. It's going to be a short series as well. I expect this not to be a long game. For now, setting up on the low ground. And we'll see if Wayne goes for another aggressive build. Hello. What's going on? The drone moves out across the map. And what is our plan here? We're moving out for a hatch block. Okay. This is going to be a hatch block from the side of Wayne. It's going to be hatch first into hatch block. This will delay the follow-up, though. Bear that in mind. Interesting. We'll be delaying the tech. We'll be delaying the gas, delaying the spawning pool in favor of the hatchery. And this is a macro build, by the way. This is just designed to disrupt the build of Strange. This is not meant to go into a rush. Otherwise, it'd already be a spawning pool. So no pool, no link production, no link speed, no nothing. Just the hatchery. With that, Wayne is going to drone, and he will heavily delay the expansion of Strange. Strange walling up. Oh, okay, second gateway into Cybercore. He's going to be securing himself. Doesn't pull the boys. And now Wayne throws down his tech. As the hatchery is going to be under fire. Likewise, this time Strange does keep his probe out on the map. This time he can always dive back in and check for a third base. So I appreciate that the probe is still active. I was gonna be like, he can go in for a scout, but no, he's going in for a proxy. Okay, I see you. And Strange can turn this into a one-base all-in. True. He can just throw down some tech, throw down a proxy gateway, a Stargate, a Robo. Hatchery is cancelled. And what do you have for us? What do you got? He has to make a decision here, and it looks like he will expand. He's just waiting for his minerals. And waiting for the Nexus. Overlord is zoned away. We have the money to expand. The drone goes down. One base all in. Let's go. Strange. Okay, so he had to make sure to kill the drone first. After the drone went down, he spends his resources, throws down a gateway, another gateway, a proxy. It's going to be 4 gateways into a Twilight Council. Now, what I will say here is that Twilight Council is late. It's a late Twilight Council, late upgrade, late tech. It's going to be a delayed all-in, but because it's delayed, it might catch Wayne off guard. We'll see. It's so important here that Strange does deny this Overlord Scout. It's going to be difficult, though. As the Stalker moves out across the map, back at home, we do see Glaives on the way. Okay. Glaive Adepts here from Strange. Wayne, he's droning, he's saturating. Stalker will try to hunt out an Overlord. And I'm waiting to see if Wayne does poke in with that natural Overlord. Strange, he threatens a dive. Lair is on the way. On 2 bases. No third for Wayne. Howlings, they catch out the Stalker. Very nice catch. Strange out of position. Stalker goes down. Massive pickoff. And Wayne, he still hasn't checked. Still has yet to confirm. You can see here just banking up Adepts. Oh, he goes. He dives in. He knows. He sees. He sees there's nothing at the natural. And back at it, we need roaches. We need spine crawlers. We need everything. Third base on the way. Roach one thrown down. Here comes the spine crawler. Again, spine crawlers are necessary just because there's no other tech. And Strange is about to pull the trigger This spine crawler, is it too late? Second spine crawler on the way. Second spine, Roach Horn's halfway done. It's gonna be a tough hold for Wayne. Not impossible, but tough. It might be impossible, actually. That's a lot of adepts. And here we go. Strange, he's been scattered. Wayne knows. Wayne, he sees the army coming his way. The first spine crawler looks like it will finish in time. There is soon to be one transfuse. Adepts, they... Oh! Commit to the shade. Spine crawler does complete within range of the adepts. First two queens going to be focused down. Lings, they flood in. So far, not the worst engagement here. Catching out the zealots. Zealots get caught out. Strange dives into the main base. Drone's going to be falling. Ooh, 6 drone kills so far, but roaches are in production. Wayne needs a little bit more time. Needs to build up those roaches. More adepts are on the way. Wayne trying to catch reinforcements. Good position here behind the mineral line. Strange, he's trading well. And he's going for the kill. Ooh, not quite. Respects Michael is going for the main, actually. Main base taking a lot of hits, going for the roaches instead. It gets 1. There's 4 roaches left. Down to 3. Down to 2. But Wayne, he reinforces. Shades into the mineral line, gets 4 more drones. 5 more drones. But is this enough? Remember, roach speed is in production. Strange behind this. Stargate into Void Ray. Void Ray would be amazing here, as he can just completely shut down the counterattack. The third base also was canceled. So, was killed! Third base was killed. I didn't even notice. I thought it was canceled. Wayne down to 18 drones. Barely an economy. He's going for a counterattack. Back at home, Void Race on the way. That's all he needs. Strange is hoping to expand. Still a couple of adepts. Still a couple of adepts across the map. Threatening a shade into the main. The roaches are keeping up. And the Void Ray has arrived. Which means Wayne, he can no longer counterattack here. He has roaches with speed, that is true, but the Void Ray is just going to shut this down completely. And Wayne, he's droning. He's macroing. He's droning up from here. Trying to macro out of this. Likewise, so is Strange. Now, as the dust settles, who do we favor? If that Overlord was dealt with earlier, then I would favor Strange, but this natural is very late. It's a very late Nexus here. So despite getting so much damage, despite killing so many drones, and despite killing the third base, Wayne still has a better economy. He has a 2-base economy here. Depowers the gateway. Void Ray moves out. Does catch a roach. At least tries to. Strange trying to hold on. Try to macro out of this. But Wayne, yeah, he's able to saturate that much faster. He should be soon taking another expansion. Hydra Den's on the way for Roach Hydra. Spine Crawlers, they reposition. Wayne not looking too bad. Looking pretty good, actually. Looking pretty good. My mind still gets brought back to that Overlord. Like, imagine if Wayne didn't scout with that Overlord. Imagine if Wayne didn't have those Spine Crawlers, right? Like, that was a tell, if you remember. Like, the tell to make the Spine Crawlers was the fact that the Overlord saw no expansion. Ooh, was that to kill? No, kids. That's a kill in the third. Okay. It's still anyone's game. Like, really here. Still anyone's game. Wayne poking in. Strange going for his counterattack. Now he has 2 oracles. Third oracle's on the way. Still on 2 bases. Still no expansion. I can say the same here for Wayne. No third yet. Strange, he's looking for the third base. Alas, he checks the wrong location first. Taking out the active tumors. Diving on the queen. There are Hydras though. The queen barely goes down. Whew. Strange gets away. Nice pickup. Chasing down the Overseer. And Strange finally takes his own third. Pretty on par with the third base of Wayne, not gonna lie. pretty close, but here comes a move out. Wayne, he's had enough defending. He's pushing. How much does he have? 13 Hydras, a handful of Roaches, 6 Ravagers on the way. And Strange doesn't really have much of an army here. He needed more time to recover, to get into Immortals or extra Void Rays. Stasis Traps would have been ideal as well, just to buy time. Strange is diving in. There's a Spore. And Wayne, he should be able to break through. Again, we had 4 Oracles. Jesus, that's so many. And the army's pushing in. Force Fields, they buy some time. And despite the Oracles wreaking havoc, it doesn't matter. Wayne, he's going for the kill. Breaks through the natural. Stutter steps in. And again, going double Disruptor. I was wondering, I was like, why is there no Immortal production because of this? Bane to double Disruptor. He's crazy. He's wild. He's strange. Again, we could have built up the Immortal count a lot sooner here. Also, heavily invested into the Oracles. Quadruple Oracle didn't really do anything, to be honest. The quad Oracle production. Nice Nova. Nova connects. There's one more. Strange, he is trading well, but he loses the natural and the third. It's all going to go down. Nova goes off. Oh no! Ooh, massive connection. Jesus. I mean, there's no Hydra speed. No Hydra speed, but the army busts in. And despite taking the Novas to the face, Wayne, he has enough. He breaks through. Takes down the army, goes to the pylon. And Wayne, he has done it. GG gets called. A shaky game, but a game nonetheless. And Wayne, he will take the 2-0. GG. Whew. Oh my god. GG, well played, Wayne. He will take it. Just a roller coaster ride of emotions. You know, initially in favor of Strange, then Wayne, then Strange again. Again, for Strange to try to rush into double Disruptor production was crazy, and that's why he was lacking an army, because he was teching and he was waiting for his tech to finish. He had to wait for the Bay before he could make anything out of his Robos. He only had 1 Immortal. Likewise, he did overinvest, I want to say, into those Oracles. I mean, if he had Stasis Traps, then maybe he could have bought more time, but last he was just focusing on harassing, killed a couple of drones, didn't matter in the end. Wayne was already all in. He was all in anyway, and with that, GG, well played. A very chaotic game, and with that, Wayne will take the win. And now we have to get ready for our next series, for our next match. Here we go. Does look like the other players are out of game, and we can soon dive in. Here we go. You lied to us. You told us to be a quick game. True. It's 11 minutes. Crazy. Longest game of Strange we've ever seen. Longest game. Aye. But we do have some updates. We have some updates here. Let's catch up on the bracket. Let's catch up on our games. Here we go. Exclamation mark B in the chat to catch up on the bracket yourselves, as the group has been updated and we have some results. So first things first, we have, of course, round 2 completing. Round 3 just wrapped up. Wayne took down Strange 2-0. Nicoract got a walkover, and Shameless vs. Nikich, I believe, is still mid-series. Still mid-series here. But we have something to report, of course. Is that walkover? Rostok, he was here for the beginning, but unfortunately something came up and Rostok is not available for the remaining matches. He did let us know. So because of that, we have walkovers. Shameless, Nikich, and Nicoract, they get a default win over Rostok. Again, Rostok, he can't continue to compete here tonight. Something is up, and hopefully everything's okay. You know, much love to Rostok. Hopefully everything's okay, and hopefully we're able to catch some more Rostok in the next Firegrow Cup and in future online tournaments. Rostok is a very active player in online tournaments, so hopefully we can catch him. Hopefully we can catch him later on down the line, in the coming weeks, in the coming months. But with that, we do have round 3. Round 4 is now upon us. 2 matches: Strange versus Nicoract and Nikich versus Wayne. We will be avoiding the mirror matchup, and the goal here is to follow Strange into Nicoract. Again, Nicoract, he typically thrives in this matchup. He had a very close series earlier. We casted Nicoract versus Shameless, a very intense back and forth. I recommend the VODs, and I want to see how Nicoract deals with the unorthodoxness of Strange. How does it deal with someone as strange as Strange? I'm ready for it. Let's go. Vetoes are underway, and that's going to be the next series. That's going to be the next match. Speaking of, vetoes are done. Vetoes are done. And we can now jump into round 4. We go. Here we go. As we are going to be following them into their next match. And we're nearing the end of the group stage. Only 2 rounds left. Only 2 rounds remaining. Only 2 rounds to go. As we are jumping into game 1. And again, Nikich and Shameless are still mid-series. they're still going. They're still going at it. Crazy. As game 1 is going to be on Ultra Love. And after this round, we can go over the standings and try to figure out the math involved for certain players to make it through and others to not. We'll get to the math eventually. For now, though, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the red Terran player for the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Blue Protoss, the Blue Protoss player himself. He is Strange. He really is. Aye. But here we go. We are going to be diving in. Strange versus Nicoract. If you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck. As I can see this going either way. I do favor Nicoract just because, in my opinion, his best matchup is TVP. Like Nicoract, he has caused some big upsets in this matchup before, and he can do them again. So I do favor Nicoract overall here, but I can never count Strange out because of his style, because of his, I guess, flexibility, if you will. Willing to be flexible, willing to be aggressive, willing to be in your face, and willing to just come up with his own builds as well. So it's hard to bet against Strange at times. It's risky. It's a gamble. It's a proper gamble. But now that we're settling in, double gas open out of Nicoract, going for a faster factory. I expect aggression out of Nicoract as well. I do expect aggression. As Strange is setting up his own tech. Gate expand into Cybercore. Now, Nicoract, when it comes to his typical playstyle in this matchup, it's usually 2 base all-ins. It's either 2 base all-ins or 2 base aggression into a later third, but typically we expect to be seeing double gas openers. Double gas into aggression into, yeah, just committed pushes and committed play. That's usually Nicoract's approach to TVP. And it's what we saw earlier against Shameless as well. Is what we saw against Shameless. Reaper moves out across the map. Nicoract going for a scout. And back at home, we should be seeing, yep, that CC on the high ground. So a delayed command center for Nicoract. Only delayed. Reaper dips in. Heads for the mineral line. Disrupting the mining, but no major damage. Strange will defend and will force Nicoract back. Strange holds. Nicoract retreats. Behind this 1-1-1 setup. Interesting. There is no second and third racks. Nicoract playing this standard so far. From here, we can go into early tank production, into an early drop with a medevac, with Cyclone tank. Otherwise, we could even see a Banshee base opener with an Atlasop as well. For now, Cyclone. Ooh, and and Strange, he does not open Stargate or Twilight Council. It's going to be a Robo opener instead. Now, typically, I would say this is a very safe way to play. A Robo opener, what does that mean? That means early observers, it means early immortals. If you're up against an all-in, if you're up against an early push, then immortal production is going to be amazing. And this can also lead into early Colossus production with a Bay into Colossus. That is all true. And typically, you do sacrifice map control. You sacrifice map control and map control and map awareness as well, as you're unable to be active with Stalkers or Phoenixes to contain your opponents. That's typically what I want to say here. But in the hands of Strange, okay, he's rushing into the Bay. He's rushing into Colossus. This is more aggressive than we usually see. Usually we'd see like an extra gateway first, maybe like an Immortal first, then into a Bay. But this is quite greedy from Strange. Very greedy, rushing into the Bay. It means that Nicoract, there's going to be a window here where Strange is going to be very vulnerable before he gets his first Colossus. For now, Nicoract is getting to his own Viking production. Early Viking into tank. Now, the reason why he's making a Viking, if you look at the vision here, is because he doesn't know. He doesn't know if it's a Stargate or not. Ooh, supply block. Okay, it was a bit of supply block. There we go. First Immortals being chronoed. Bay is almost done. Army to send the tank has arrived. Again, early tank drop here from Nicoract. And can he break Strange ahead of time? The Immortal's still on the way. Pylon is exposed. And the pylon is going to go down eventually. Depowers the shield battery. Nicoract pushing in. Gaining ground, massive tank shot. Tank shot goes off. Immortal has arrived. Colossus on the way. And can Nicoract break Strange before the Colossus arrives? I mean, the Immortal's here just in time, though. Yeah, he can break through this. Strange defends. The power of the Immortal shuts down the army, shuts down the tank. Strange holds. And Strange is getting away with this. Again, going for the rover opener so far, working out wonders for Strange. Thankfully, made the Immortal. You can see against early game aggression. I mean, it's ideal. Now Strange expands. He gets, for the first time, he's getting a third. I mean, he tried to get a third last game, but it didn't count. He's macroing. He's crazy. Here we go. Behind this, Nicoract, he backs off, building up more tanks. No third CC yet, getting to zone 311. Stim is on the way. Sees the Observer. Nice catch. Observer goes down. Nicoract building up. And again, because of the early Bay, the Colossus count here of Strange is building up real quick. He's already got one. I should say he's already got two. Already two Colossus, soon to be three. Then he can go into Disruptors. So the power units here of Strange are building up real fast, real quick. Nicoract moving out with this drop. We'll see what he can get done. There are Stalkers in position. Vanilla Stalkers. No upgrades. But they're ready. Oh! As Nicoract, the drop is scattered. The drop is spotted. Strange now that much more alert. Getting his third base. I'm getting deja vu. Nicoract, he scans again and he finds the Observer for a second time. Again, obviously a really common location. And here comes the push. Nicoract, he's got a hefty army. He should be expanding behind this. This is not a 2-base all-in. He should be getting a third CC as he moves out. And what does he have? He's got 3 tanks. He's got 3 tanks, and by the time he gets across the map, Stim is done. Combat shields and +1 should finish up in a couple of seconds. In the middle of the fight. Oh! Tanks to siege. Strange, he backs up. But again, that's 3 Colossus. Can Nicoract pull this off? Oh, tanks are on siege. Oh no! They're exposed. Yeah, tanks are exposed. He gets, oh, not quite one. Hot pickup here. Nicoract, he does back off in time. Does pull away. Clutch moves here by Nicoract. He almost got surrounded. I mean, he still might. Does escape. Does get away. That was almost disastrous. That was almost game. Like, if Nicoract lost all 3 tanks then and there, that would have been it. And now sieging up, trying to bait out the army. Goes to the time. A Strange, he gets caught with his pants down. 1 Colossus goes down. 2nd Colossus as well. What was the army doing out here? He gets caught out. Nicoract pulling the army back. Once again, trying to drag the army within range of the tanks. More reinforcements on the way. And what was once 3 Colossus down to 1. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, I say down to 1. There's now another Colossi. Strange rebuilding, but Nicoract has momentum. He knows it. He knows he has momentum. He knows that Strange is exposed. Scans ahead of time. Only 1 Colossus. The other at the natural. Stims in. Sieges the tanks. And goes to the dive. Army comes from behind. The Zealots, though. Zealots will shut this down. Tanks, they go down one after the other. Oh, I'm not so sure about this move here from Nicoract. He goes to the dive. Nice kiting here from Strange. Yeah, and abandoning the tanks. I don't think that was the right play here. As the third Colossus does arrive, and Nicoract is going to be shut down. Ay, ay, ay. I don't think he was expecting that many Colossus. Not waiting for him. And Strange holds. And Strange, not in a bad position. Not anymore. It's looking good. Nicoract going for a drop. Back at home trying to build up. Strange moving in. Oh. He could try to surround this army, but the drop is getting caught out though. Oof. Yeah, brutal swipes. Forcing it out, and Strange is pushing in. He has an overwhelming army. Momentum is on his side. Again, that previous fight was brutal. Strange splitting up his forces. He's also towards the mineral line. Main army pushes in. Ooh, not much anti-air though. But he takes out all these SCVs. There's no escaping this. The workers are all going down. Brutal pickoffs. And Nicoract, he's in trouble. Nicoract trying to make his final stand, but up against 3 Colossus. The swipes are brutal. They're crazy. Yeah, swipes away at the bio. 1 Colossus is going to go down. Just the one. And the bio army crumbles. There's just nothing left. Not enough here for Nicoract. Strange, he does it. GG gets called, and Strange takes game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Whew. Strange does take a lead in the series. And again, a style that I wasn't really expecting, but a much more defensive style out of Strange, where he went Robo into Immortal into Colossus. Yes, he did eventually push, eventually attack levels after the failed aggression of Nicoract. After the aggression had failed. And now Nicoract is in a rough place. Shout out to Thorn, I believe, letting us know about some ties that are currently taking place in the group. 3-way tie between Wayne, Nicoract, and Strange. Exactly. Very close between these 3 players. And a loss here for Nicoract could spell the end of his chances at making it out of the group. Like these 3, Strange, Wayne, and Nicoract, they need those wins. And here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have the red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes down in the series. The pressure is on. He has to fight back here and now to tie things up and have a better chance at making it into the playoffs. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss leading the series 1-0. It is Strange. We go. And as we settle in, a big shout out to Smarov68 in the chat. God, thank you so much for the gifted sub to the community. Thank you so much, and I hope that Plaza 2009 does enjoy the sub as well. Thank you so much, and thanks to the support that we get in the channel that we're able to host our events and cast as often as we do. So thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the content, hope you enjoy the casting, hope you enjoy the StarCraft. Thank you, Puppy, thank you. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Quack. Ooh. Here we go. So do move out, and again, welcome on all to Frostline. Frostline being one of the larger maps in the map pool, much larger map, difficult to defend these fringe bases. Aggression is favored here on Frostline, despite how large it is. The bases themselves are much more indefendable and much more difficult to defend, much more difficult to fortify. Double gas open out of Nicoract, going for a faster factory, delayed CC. Meanwhile, Strange setting up for, so far, just gate expand into Cybercore. Standard opener. Do we see another Robo? That's the question. Do we see another Robo opener here for Strange? Is that our tech of choice, or do we take a different direction? Do we see a Twilight Council, a Stargate? Where are we headed? Where are you taking us? Where are you taking us? Nico took a game off of Solar. Let's go. I think we might have casted that. But yeah, Nicoract, he's taking maps off of Hero, taking maps off of some of the best Protoss players out there. Thinking Hero, thinking Sound. I do miss seeing Nicoract in WTL as well, in World Team League. With the Cats. Meanwhile, it's going to be Reactor to Reaper here. Okay, Reactor Reaper Hellion. Very aggressive here from Nicoract. As the Reaper is zoned away. Unfortunately, did not scout the tech, but the Reaper does escape. Now, with this composition here, as he builds up more Reaper Hellion, ooh, that is going to be a second Rax before the starport. We're setting up for a 2-base all-in. We're setting up for a third Rax. Yep, there we go. Third Rax here. Basically, we're going for a stim timing. With these extra Raxes, we rush into add-ons, into Tech Labs, Stim, Combat Shields, building up Bio, building up a tank count as well. Tech Labs on the way. We should be pushing with 3 tanks, and we can pull the boys. Nicoract, he can pull the boys with this. Hallucination sees everything, so Strange knows. He knows how aggressive Nicoract is being, and he opens up Robo once again. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I think I favor Strange. I'll be honest. First things first. Army dives into the mineral line. Gets 1 probe. Not much more than that. Just the 1 probe so far. Nicoract, he can threaten another dive. But once again, we should be seeing a Bay. We should be seeing a Safety Immortal into a Bay to Fast Colossus. And I want to say that this Fast Colossus style here can work wonders against aggressive builds. As we saw, like, you get your Colossus just in time to defend against all-ins. Never mind. Robo into Twilight Council, not Colossus. Interesting. With this, Strange could rush into Charge. Charge is also another good response. But we'll see. There's a Safety Immortal. We'll see if he goes into Charge or Blink. Now, my biggest concern here, regardless of which upgrade and which tech choice we go for, it is going to be later than usual because it is a Robo, not a Twilight Council first. Which is going to be a concern. Yep, it's going to be Charge. But the army's already moving out. Like again, if this was a Twilight Council opener, I mean, Charge would be done by now. But this is too late. And here comes the all-in. The boys are being pulled. Concussion finishing up. Stim is done. Stim just started, actually. This is a crazy timing here out of Nicoract. Pushing up before Stim. Not what I expected, but the Observer does confirm. He sees. And what does Strange have? Strange, he has almost nothing. He has 1 Immortal, has a shield battery. Force fields are available, true. He has force fields. Can he slow this down? Can he buy time? Thankfully made the Safety Immortal. Army dives in, takes down the Sentry. Sentry goes down. Shield battery's done. Immortal under fire. He needs that Immortal. He needs it. Up, and he gets it as well. Massive pickup. Takes out the Immortal. The Marauders putting in so much in the back line. Boys are being pulled. Can Nicoract break through? Second Immortal comes in. Tank shots going up. Tanks are being targeted down, but he does get the Immortal. There's 1 tank left. The boys, can they hold? It's so close. Oh, the final tank falls. But now we have plenty of Marauders. Marines, Marauders, they're stimming in. Shield batteries out of energy. There's the NG overcharge. 1 second too late. Stalker goes down. And Charge is still not done. Charge done in 10 seconds. And Nicoract with this micro, he might be able to break through. Tank has arrived. Oh, tank is here. Tank volley goes off on the Stalker. Brings the Stalker down. And there should just be too much bio here. Yeah, Stutter stepping forward. Archon goes down. Immortal as well. Just such efficient trades here from Nicoract. And Stim is now done. GG gets called. Nicoract, he barely breaks through, and he will take or tie the series 1-1. GG. Whew, a crazy early all-in here from Nicoract, pulling the boys ahead of time. Again, Charge was not a factor here. We saw that Strange had teched into the Twilight Council into Charge, but Charge did not finish up anywhere near in time. With that, Nicoract, he was able to overwhelm then and there. GG. GG, well played. Whew, we do tie things up 1-1, and what does that do to the rankings? What does that do here to the overall rankings in Group B? Let's find out. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. Let us switch our scenes over and catch up. Oh, did I never open up the prediction? No, I don't think I think I forgot. Yeah, I think I forgot to open up the prediction. Sorry, I was just so engrossed, I think. Did I open them? Hold on, I'll double check. I'm a little bit scared I forgot. Okay, they were open. Ooh, oh god, oh boy. I almost got scared. But okay, let's refresh, let's catch up. What is left here in the group as we are nearing the end of the group itself? Okay. From the bottom here, we have Strange vs. Nicoract. At the same time, Nikich vs. Wayne. I believe they just wrapped up. No. The previous series, Shameless vs. Nikich, it's still ongoing. They're still going at it. The 23 minute. We wrapped up 2 games. And they had already begun, by the way. We wrapped up Strange vs. Nicoract before Shameless vs. Nikich had even concluded. Or had they even finished 1 game. That's crazy. They're in game 2, but they're still going on. They're still at it. Impressive. So that is going to slow us down. That means that Nikich vs. Wayne never started. Nikich vs. Wayne, it never began, as we're still waiting for Nikich to wrap up. Likewise, we have the final round as well. Shameless versus Strange, Wayne versus Nicoract. Interesting. So we may just focus on the ZVZ. Actually, yeah. I think I will. I think I will focus on the ZVZ. Now the reason why, basically, we're gonna be waiting. We're gonna be waiting for Shameless and Nikich to finish, and then we could either cast Shameless versus Strange or Nikich versus Wayne. But I haven't actually casted Nikich yet. I have not casted Nikich today, and I want to. I want to feature him at least once. So, you know, he's a great player. He's an amazing player. So I do want to feature him. So we're gonna be casting Nikich versus Wayne next, and then we're gonna be following Wayne into a series versus Nicoract. That's the plan. So ZVZ and then the ZVT to end the night is most likely what we're getting at. And Shameless vs. Strange is going to be off stream. I have the option to cast them. True, I could cast them. I could cast the PvP, but I feel a little bit guilty not casting Nikich. So I want to cast him at least once. At least once. So we're setting up for that ZVZ. Here we go. Just catching up in the chat. Now I'm on Twitch. Hello, welcome, Death Dealer. Hello, good to see you. Good to see you. And we are going to be going on a break. We're going to be going on a break. I don't know how long it's going to be. Shameless and Nikich, they're still 25 minutes into their game. So it's going to take a while. it's going to take a while. So we'll let them wrap up, and we're going to be going on that break. And when we come back, we'll have our next match. We'll have Wayne versus Nikich after the break. Clearly they're out of minerals, but they're staring at each other. Mate, that has happened before. That unironically. I think you remember. That happened in ANZ Champs, where Risky and T-Ball, they were out of resources, they were out of money, and they were literally just sieged up and just staring each other down for 20 minutes. Ay. Dark times. Where they were kind of like, they were locked in a game state where whoever attacked would lose, so they just stared each other down. It happened. Oh no, it scarred me for life. For now though, we're going to be going on that break. So we'll see you guys after this. Take this moment to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines, and we'll be back soon with that ZVZ. See you then. See you then. And and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Oh my god. Without hands, but without hands. Welcome back. We're still going. We're still going. We did have a little bit of downtime. I do apologize for the extended break, but mate, they had a 45-minute game. That's what I was. They had a 45-minute game, Poppy. Ay, ay, ay. Hold on. Where am I? Where am I? 45 minutes. And they wrapped up. They finally wrapped up. I'm referring to Shameless versus Nikich, but now we have returned with round 4. We've returned with one of the final rounds of the group stage. Here we go. We have a ZVZ, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the red Zerg player. We have the red Zerg. It is Wayne, the reigning champion. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player. Ooh, from Belarus, it is Nikich. Let's go. Aye, aye, aye. But here we go. If you're in the chat, it's prediction time. It's Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chat, as predictions will soon close. And coming into this, I do favor Wayne, but Wayne has been showing a bit of weakness here tonight. We've seen upsets. We've seen players come at him and knock him down. We'll see if Nikich can do the same. Bearing in mind as well that Nikich is pretty worn out. I would imagine. He had a very intense series against Shameless. He just got out of it, and I'm sure he needs some time to recover, to recuperate, to calm down. I'm sure he needs time. Aye. As we can settle in. Here we go. What time is it, by the way? It's 5:30 in the morning. It's 5:30 a.m. The show must go on. Standard openers. Hatch gas pool versus hatch gas pool. Standard openers for the time being, as we are settling in. Beautiful. Do we have another 45-minute game on our hands? It's possible. It's possible. I see the chat. Is it possible to get the replays and recast that game? I could. Technically, I could. I don't know if I should though. I don't think that's the wisest of choices. Not gonna lie. You know what? I believe that game up to your imagination. Okay. Really, they went back and forth for like 10 minutes, and then they just stared each other down for half an hour. Beautiful. But now though, settling in. Third base on the way. We have our third base here for Nikich, third base from Wayne as well. Standard openers into their third bases. We shouldn't be cutting any corners here into Banelings, into Ling Bane aggression, potentially, or we can settle down into Roach versus Roach. Oh boy. I'm morbidly curious of what they did for 45 minutes. I'm not curious. I'm not. Just leave it to your imagination. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's what you want it to be. As Wayne is going to be cutting some corners here. Bold move. Okay, so no Bathing Nest. No Bathing Nest. We have a Roach Ward instead. Nikich did dip in, did scout, did confirm, and we have more Lings on the way. We'll see if Nikich can break Wayne and punish him for skipping out on Banelings. Again, purely Ling Roach here from Wayne. So he's going to be vulnerable. He's going to be exposed. Here we go. Nikich is massing up Lings as we speak. Roach War now on the way. And he commits. He does send it. He sends it. He pulls the trigger. Lings are moving out. Back at home, Wayne getting in position. He does split the move out with his overlords, of course. Roach production should soon begin. And Wayne, he's keeping up. Baneling's going to be on the way. Nikich, he does overwhelm. He does break through. Baneling's still in production. Roach production has begun for Wayne. And Nikich, can he get on this? Can he catch the queens? Oh. He's going for it. Diving in the army. First Baneling crashes in. Not bad. Queen gets around it. He gets one. Just the one. He wants the second, though. Does want that second queen, and he's going to get it as well. Two queens go down. Can he get a third? No shot. He gets that full surround. And the third queen will fall. Massive pickups. Gets three queens. Dives on the roaches. Gets another surround. And Nikich trading very efficiently here. Yeah, bypasses the roaches, going straight for the mineral line. At least tries to. It's going to be cleaned up. Wayne, he will defend. He will hold. And he will preserve his economy. The drones are still looking solid. Nikich with a similar drone count here. Massing up more Ling and Roach himself. And now we can settle in. Overall, I will say better trades for Nikich as he caught the queens. But now we can settle it. Wayne likewise going for his own counterattack. Roaches are in position. They're ready at the ramp. Yeah, they both get a hold on it. I can redeem replay costs about 80 times. It's like, oh, light. I just happen to redeem the same replay over and over and over again. Oh, no. Not like this. As Nikich, he's not droning. He's not droning. Cut works at 34. He's going for an all-in. Big all-in here from Nikich. Bailey gets baited out. Roach is getting caught as well. As Wayne does get us around, does catch out at least 2 of those roaches, potentially all 3. Yeah, it's going to drag Nikich back around, getting 1 roach in the end. And back at home, Wayne, he's building up. Queens, roaches, spine crawler is done. Second spine crawler in the way. Bailings, they do head towards the middle line. Nice defense, nice hold. Shuts down the Bailings. Lings just trickling in, but Nikich, I'm not sure he has enough here. I'm not sure he has enough. Once again, diving in the army. File will connect. Decent connection towards the end. Going for the spine crawler. But as time goes on, Wayne, he can hold. As reinforcements are trickling in, and Wayne, he will shut this down. And again, Nikich, he was pretty committed to this. Behind this, droning up. Making a couple of workers. Trying to catch up, at least in the economy. And Wayne, he can shut this down. Catching the Ravager. Nicely done. Oh. Getting another roach. Lair now has begun. No lair for Nikich, not yet. And without lair, no roach speed, of course. There is no roach speed. Nikich still committed himself. Ah, no. Nikich pushing in. Does threaten that roach warren. Likewise, Wayne catching reinforcements, not bad. Picking up Lings, but is going to be overwhelmed. Nikich is forced back home. He kills Roach Warren, not bad. Roach Warren goes down. That will delay roach production, that will delay roach speed as well, as the lair is about to complete, about to finish. And Nikich can still pull this off, going Ling Ravager. The goal here is to surround, to land those miles. We'll see if he can. As there's a 3rd spine crawler on the way. That's a lot of spine crawlers. He's going for the base. A little bit indecisive. Hatchery is low, but there are so many roaches. Yeah, Nikich, he cannot engage. Not head on, not into this kind of army. The roach count is insane. He's gonna go for it though. Yeah, no, he can't. no shot. Has to kite back. Has to pull out. Once again, Wayne catching reinforcements. As roaches are going down to Lings, massive pickoffs. Nikich has to pull away, and Wayne gets away with a high drone count. Better saturation, better economy, and better upgrades. Bearing in mind that Nikich has no lair. There's no lair here in the natural, the 3rd, or the main. The lair just now beginning. Meanwhile, Wayne, he has +1 range and roach speed. So a big upgrade timing on the way here for Wayne. A massive upgrade advantage. And he's just getting further ahead. Just getting further ahead at this point. Nikich has been all in for quite some time, and it just was not good enough. Not enough damage was dealt. He had some good moments, but wasn't quite able to pull it off. With that, Wayne even going for the Spire. Not even necessary, I would say. We don't even need the Spire, but sure. I would have said that Nikich, I mean, he's most likely to Spire here into Mutas to catch up. To get some kind of map presence. As Wayne is on 3-base saturation, getting a 4th for Larva, massing up more Roach Ravager, and he should soon move out. I guess he could wait for the Mutas, but if he does, he's going to allow Nikich to recover. At least somewhat. Nikich is droning. Saturating his 3rd. Ling's ready for a run by. But Wayne is all over this. Keeps up with the Lings. Nikich is going to shut this down. Knocking down those rocks. Oh. Supplies are similar. But Wayne, I'm sure he clicks on the roaches. Oh, we'll take the blast to the face. Oh, no! Oh, my God. Never mind. It does take the blast to the face. Ling Rabe coming in as well. Going for the expansion. Oh, not quite. Got reinforcements. Yeah, plenty of roaches trickling out. Lings, they get caught. Spire gets scattered. At least he's aware. And Wayne doesn't care. He just keeps watching. But the wild zone. Not again. Lings are cleaned up. Mutas are on the way. Nikich, she responds with a hydrogen. And thankfully, he scouted the Spire. He is aware. Despite that, we'll lose the expansion. Ooh, not quite, though. The base, it survives. Okay. Nikich is holding on. Holding on against the ground army. What about the air, though? What about the air? Mutas, they collapse on the Queen. They can go for the mineral lines. As more Queens have arrived. Nice transfuse. The Wiles! Oh, my God. Trying to maintain those Queens, but the Mutas, they just keep trickling in. No Spore. Yeah, no Spore in position either. Drones are vulnerable. Alas, going for the main army instead, going for the Ravagers. Getting one, getting two. Ravagers getting picked off. Workers as well. Wayne moving in with his main army towards that fourth. And Nikich just cannot keep up, cannot sustain these losses. It's getting out of hand. GG gets called, and Wayne, he will take game number 1, taking a lead in the series. GG. GG, well played. Again, Nikich, who was just hyper all-in, and all-ins, they can really struggle on Abyssal Reef. We spoke about it, but the rush distance by ground is very long. Likewise, because of that, Wayne, he had plenty of opportunities to scout, to react, to respond, to catch reinforcements time and time again with Ling Rumbais. So really nice movement there from Wayne to catch out Nikich. But we'll see where this takes us. As we are now getting into game number 2. It's going to be on Frostline. Let's go. Frostline is up next. Can Wayne lose the suicide and mutas again? Oh no. Oh no. Not again. That did happen earlier. True. That was... I tried to forget that. For those who weren't here, check out the VODs for Wayne versus Shameless. That was a very chaotic series, and if you're a Zerg player, maybe look away. Maybe you don't want to watch that. I don't know. Was a brutal game on King's Cove. But here we go. We're getting into game 2, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have the red Zerg player. Oh, let's go! We have the red Zerg leading the series 1-0. It is Wayne. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, going for the 12 pool, which is what I did notice earlier. Going for the 12 pool, we have the blue Zerg player from Belarus. It is Nikich. Now, as we settle into this, Wayne is going for... Oh, I thought he was going for a 15-15. Never mind, he's going for an extract trick into a hatch first. Standard opener from more or less here from Wayne. But Nikich, he is looking to spice it up here early on with the 12 pool with a Link Flood. Now, a 12 pool is not all in. There are all-in variations, I should emphasize. There are versions of 12 pool where you pull the boys. You can pull the boys with this and just send it and you could just go all in. Otherwise, Nikich could expand. He could expand, go for a 12 pool, and then drone up, and then macro. But, okay, there we go. Hatchery's on the way. I was about to say that there's no hatchery yet, but there we go. The drone moves down, and the hatchery is placed. So it should just be a 12 pool into saturating these bases, into getting into the mid game. This is not an all-in. But it is aggressive. It is hyper-aggressive and committed. This needs to get damage done. This needs to kill workers, otherwise Nikich will fall behind. The downside of going for a 12 pool is your gas income. Is you're going to be behind when it comes to link speed, when it comes to roach production. Your gas income is non-existent. And Nikich still making more links, actually. Okay. Because he's continuing link production, the goal here is to force the boys to be pulled to low ground. Wayne has to save the natural. He cannot lose it. He has to save the natural base, so he has to pull the boys. And the goal here for Nikich is to kill drones. Is to get, what, 3-4 drone kills. We'll see if he can. There we go. The boys are being pulled. The links are on the way. And Nikich will see how many drones he can get. Up, up. Oh my god, almost. Almost gets one. As one drone goes down. Good start. Gets a ling. Gets a ling as well. The boys, they go for the drone draw. They surround. And so far, good control. Not another drone goes down. Not yet. Hatchery is getting low. The queen is going to pop out. And with the queen arriving, Wayne holds. Wayne does hold. A nice catch here on the lings. Nikich getting whatever he can, but he's only gotten one drone, and Nikich is behind. One drone is not good enough. He needed more workers. Very nice control here by Wayne. Minimizing losses. Buying time. Only losing one. You can see here, one drone for 10 lings. And as a result, Nikich is behind. Drone-wise, I mean, is behind. Now taking gases. Now, the typical transition from a 12 pool is 2-base roach. Is to wall off on 2 bases. The reason why 2-base roach is required from Nikich is because without link speed, he cannot defend a third. The third base is indefensible. So he has to stay on 2 bases. Does snipe an overlord. Nicely done. And Nikich should be walling up. Walling up and walling off. Now, the follow-up on 2 bases can differ, as link speed is on the way. That is typically not researched. Interesting. Link speed for Nikich. Wayne is playing 2-base roach himself. Skipping link speed. And Nikich is taking a third. He's crazy. Okay. I mean, this actually kind of works. This is crazy. So, okay. Usually, the red Zerg player, usually Wayne would have link speed already on the way and finishing up, and then Wayne could punish this. But because 2-base roach is so common as a transition, Wayne, he cancels link speed, he never invests into it, going into 2-base roach himself. And in a twist of fate, Nikich will have more bases and will have more lava and potentially a greater economy. It's getting kind of weird here. I'm a little bit confused as to why link speed is being researched. I don't think we need it. I mean, I guess we need it to defend the third, but because his opponent is playing roaches, typically we'd want to cancel link speed. Typically we cancel link speed to preserve that gas to make more roaches instead. So this is just a really wild style here by Nikich. Very wild. And now we see why. +1 carapace. Now, +1 carapace is indicative of a Ling Roach all-in. You do not prioritize carapace if you're going Roach versus Roach. So now Link speed makes sense. Remember, Wayne scouted Link speed as well. Is aware of it. So this should just be an all-in. It should be a 2-base all-in. Nikich should not be droning up the third. He does have a worker here, but he should not be droning. I mean, he's still just getting saturated on 2 bases. Should be massing up Ravagers and Lings, specifically. Should be building up. Meanwhile, big shout out to D Summit in the chat. Oh, yeah, baby, yeah. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the casting. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft. Hope you enjoy. Thank you so much as well. We do appreciate the support. And yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. As here comes the all-in. Again, the Ling. I said Ling Ravager all-in, but no Ravagers yet. They should be morphing in soon. But now just Ling Roach. 26 Lings in production. Back at home, Wayne, he's secure on 2 bases. Spine Call is being thrown down. And we'll see if Nikich can break Wayne. As one of the upgrades is cancelled to make more roaches. There are the Ravagers that we did speak of. Ravagers are on the way. Nikich going for the Roach one. Can he deny speed? Wayne has to be so careful here. As Roach speed should finish. Backup Roach Ward on the way. Wayne knows he will most likely lose his base on the Queen. No! He gets stuck! Oh my god, massive connections. The Queen's too thick. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. As the Roach Ward does fall. +1 does complete though for Wayne. Yes, +1. Pushing forward. Almost gets surrounded. Oh! Does pull away in time. Takes 1 bounce to the face. Trying to break out. Fighting out of range of his Spine Coolers. But takes down all the Lings and now can just dive on the army. Yeah, Wayne is going to shut this down. Shuts down the Roaches, the Ravagers, everything here. Lanes are still trickling in though. Just a buffer, just to buy time. But it should not be enough. As Wayne is going for his counterattack. Spire behind this as well, going to Mutas. Lair is done. And remember, Wayne has road speed, Nikich does not. So it's going to be chased down. Does have a lair, amassing up his own army. The Vials! Oh my god. Vials don't connect. Wayne pulls back, and Wayne, he doesn't have to fight, doesn't have to push in because he has Mutas. The Spire is about to finish. And there's no answer to the Mutas. Not again! Not again. Like the Mutas, Mutas are just such a quick way to gain a big advantage over your opponent. If there's no scouting, and if we're not in the game state to respond, then Mutas, they can just wreak havoc. As Nikich is moving out. Mutas are revealed. Spire is now on the way, but Mutas, they can just force all of this back. The Miles! Oh. Nice read out of Nikich, but Bailey doesn't quite get it. Yeah, as Mutas, they dodge the Biles, they can focus on the Ravagers. They get one, they get two, they get all three. Spores are done in time. Lings, they counterattack, they hit the Queen, Queen goes down. Drones are exposed, not bad, getting one drone. And Mutas, even if they can't push into the bases, they can just back off and hunt down. They can hunt down the Overlords. Just hunt them down. And Wayne, he's not going mass muta. He only has enough to harass, then going into roaches. Into +1 range, into roach production. Nikich is supply blocked. Wayne does find more Overlords. Hunting for more. As Nikich's supply block does persist. And he finds another. Finds another Overlord. And from here, Nikich is just building up. He is down 20 workers, massing up more Hydras, and he should be gearing up towards another all-in. Otherwise, he'd be droning. Otherwise, he would be droning if he intended to macro. But no drones whatsoever. Just purely Roach Hydra. Just came to the production. Here comes Nikich. Wayne, I'm not sure he wants to really fight this head on. Not yet. We'll try to slow it down. Does attempt to slow. Ooh, 2 meters getting caught out. Did I say 2? Oh, almost a third. Almost a third meter as well. Wayne pulling away. Catching reinforcements. He's up 40 supply. Has a terrifying Roach Ravager army. And he's pushing in. He's going for the kill here. Roach Hydra can struggle against Roach Ravager. You can see all the piles, they connect. They force micro out of the opposing player. They just force more micro out of Nikich to dodge the piles. And that just leads to more free shots. As Nikich is forced to commit. Wayne, he kites back. Oh. Avoids the shots. And Nikich is just running out of steam, running out of units here. More roaches falling. Nice dodge on the piles. And GG gets called. There's just not enough here for Nikich, and Wayne will snowball out of control, taking the series at 2-0. GG. Whew. Oh my god. GG, well played. Wayne, he will claim the series 2-0, will advance on. Nikich, he will have a bit of a harder time here in this group, and I think we have some more secure standings ahead of us. Let's find out. Regardless, GG, well played. Wayne will take it, and we are nearing the end here as that wraps up round 4, and now we can head into round number 5. Let's go. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look back yourselves. Bracket is ahead of us. And let's refresh and find out if we have any other results coming in. Okay, the standings so far. Oh. As it looks like, yep, we do have the completion of round 4. Again, we have Strange and Nicoract going 1-1. We did cast that series. Of course, Shameless and Nikich went 1-1 as well. Wayne with the 2-0, I believe, does actually push Wayne a little bit further ahead here, up to a 6-2 scoreline, tied with Shameless. Okay, so Wayne, he will tie things up with Shameless, but Strange and Nicoract are still tied up as well. This is still a very close group. Very close indeed. And a lot of this might just come down to that final to the final round, to round 5. Now, Shameless and Strange, they're currently mid-series. Shameless and Strange, they're currently facing off as we speak. If Strange defeats Shameless, then Strange, he can shoot up in those rankings and he can make it through. Likewise, Wayne versus Nicoract is the only series left for us here. That's coming up next on the channel. Let's go. It is going to be coming up next. As we have a ZBT. Now, Vitas are underway, so we're going to be going on a short break, but again, it's been an intense day of StarCraft already. It's been it's been an intense broadcast. We're nearing the end here. Now, if Strange loses his match against Shameless 2-0, I don't think Strange can make it through anymore. I mean, I say that, it depends, right? Like, if both Strange lose 2-0, like 0-2, Nicoract as well, if they both lose, Strange and Nicoract, then it comes down to the head-to-head, right? When it comes to who makes it out. Because then Shameless and Wayne confirm themselves. And Strange and Nicoract, they tied, so they had they're 1-1. Okay. By the end of the group, if Strange and Nicoract are tied, then they will have, I believe, a best-of-1 tiebreaker match. If they end up with the same scoreline. Assuming that Wayne and Shameless are ahead of them. Assuming that Wayne... assuming that they're ahead of them. Otherwise, it depends on who performs better, Strange or Nicoract, in this round. Depends on their performance here to see who does advance on. So, best of luck. Best of luck to Strange and Nicoract. Oh boy. Here we go. Again, we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we will have our next and final series of the night. See you soon. See you soon. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, I hope you enjoyed that lovely Brutal OC as we have returned with the final series of the night, with the final round as well. It's been a long night here for Fire Grow Cup 6, the Group B state of the group stage here in Group B. 5 rounds of non-stop best of 2s. We've made it to the end, and we are here to crown our final 3. As is being said in the chats, I do agree there are 2 players that cannot make it out anymore. Nikich and Rostok are out of the group, but everyone else has a chance to cause upsets, to advance, or to fall here and now. There's 4 players left, and only 3 spots remain. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Leylines, we have the red Zerg player, the red Zerg, the reigning Fire Grow Cup champion. It is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. Here we go. And if Nicoract wants a chance to make it out of this group, he needs to win these matches. Technically, he could still make it out if he doesn't win these matches, if Strange also loses against Shameless in a similar fashion, or again, depending on the score lines. If Nicoract and Strange make it out of round 5 tied, then there can be a tiebreaker match. Likewise, they can still impact Wayne as well as Shameless. Like if Nicoract, for example, wins this 2-0, and then if Strange defeats Shameless 2-0, then suddenly Wayne and Shameless are going to have to play a tiebreaker as well. Like there's, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, no, actually, I think that goes in favor of Shameless. Regardless, it's crazy. Regardless, it's crazy. It's wild. It all comes down to these final matches. Here we go. The possibilities are almost endless. For now, standard opener. Racks expand here out of Nicoract. Hatch, gas, pool out of Wayne. Hold on, I just wanted to double check the head-to-head score between Wayne and Shameless. Yeah, it was in favor of Shameless. So if Shameless and Wayne end up tied to not make it through, like if they both lose 2-0 their matches, then I believe there would not be a tiebreaker match. It would be in favor of Shameless. But again, the speculations abound. We'll focus on the match. We'll focus on the series here, and then we'll just catch up on what comes next. Catch up on the standings afterwards. For now, though, of course, predictions. I mean, by now they should have closed, so hope you were able to place your bets while you could. Get your gamba going, as it is gamba time, so place your bets while you can, as by now they should have closed. Now Reaper does poke in, dancing with the army, picking up a couple of lings, being forced back. I say picking up a couple lings, dancing with the lings, I should say, as Wayne is able to keep up behind this 3rd CC for Starport. Economic opener here out of Nicoract. He's being economic, forced out of the main. He's going to be forced out. And behind this is not going 3cc 2-1-1, 3cc into Starport. From here we can go for the Tech Lab, into an add-on swap, into Banshee play. So far so good. Now when it comes to our playstyles here, Nicoract, he's typically hyper-aggressive. We've seen a lot of 2 base all-ins out of Nicoract and 3 base all-ins out of Nicoract in this matchup. What I'm referring to is like a 2 base like 5 rack setup, or a 3 base 8 rack setup here. And you just commit, you just send it. That's typically what Nicoract is known for. Not necessarily known for like longer standard macro play, but we'll see. We'll see as Reaper does dip behind the mineral line. Ooh. Dipping behind into the natural as well. Trying to get some scouting information, but is eventually going to be shut down by the Lings and by the Queen. It should be, at least, as Reaper does actually get away. Not bad. Does escape. Behind this, Wayne just still droning. Pulling back into gas. Ling speed is almost done. Hellions have arrived to help support. As Nicoract, he rotates over. Alas, Wayne, he pulls away just in time. Does save those drones. And behind this, there's the add-on swap Banshee. So Hellion Banshee out of Nicoract. It's poking in. Does poke in. Early Roach Warren out of Wayne. Hello. You have my attention. 4-minute Roach Warren here, or 4-10 Roach Warren out of Wayne. Is not playing it out, Ling Bane. Westlings are coming for this round. They do not catch the Hellion. Nicoract gets away. And the question becomes, is this just to be safe? Is Wayne intending to just open Roach and then get into 3-base saturation and then get into Roach Hydra or something like that? Or is he intending on being aggressive with this? We'll keep an eye on his droning. For now, under 3-base saturation. Hellions, they dive into the mineral line. Ooh, drone's getting roasted. No reaction. Delayed reaction. They're lining up as well. 6 drones go down. Very nice damage here by Nicoract. Strong start. Behind this, Banshee production has begun. And again, Banshee is going to be ideal against these roaches. Ideal defensively, at least. As Nicoract, he rotates. Does rotate over. Stim is on the way. WA 1-1. Third base soon to be taken as the third CC is now done for Nicoract. Is complete. Nicoract, he does rotate, looking for a way in. At the same time, Wayne going for a link run by. The Banshee does scout this, does spot it. We'll shut this down. Meanwhile, Wayne, he's not going for an all-in, he's taking gases. You can see here, 2 gases at the third base, 2 gases at the natural, double lever chamber as well. So Wayne, he's droning, he's taking gases into 1-1, into a 4th base. So Wayne, he is macroing out of this. Meanwhile, from the side of Nicoract, where will he take us from here? He's getting his third base. He's taking 2 more Raxes, a 5 rack setup so far. So far, everything looking standard. What I'm curious by is Nicoract going to take gases here at the third, or is he not? Ooh, and things, they get roasted once again. They face check the third. They get met by Hellions. Infestation bits on the way. This should be for Hive Tech. Technically, we could see Wayne opening up Infestors just to be safe, as the Banshees are forced back. See Nicoract rotating over. Oh, does rotate, dipping in towards the 4th. So far, Wayne is keeping up. There's that safety infestor and the hive. Hive is on the way, safety infestor as well, with that fungal growth. Just the one infestor. Nicoract still poking in. Behind this, gases are being taken. You know what that means? It means Nicoract, he's macroing. Another surround. Ooh, does get caught out though. Brutal surround. Hellions, they try to step away. It's going to be a one-way trip. And Wayne, he will shut this down, cleans up every single Hellion. And Wayne defends. He defends, he survives. Banshees were kept at home, they're never harassed. But Nicoract, with that extra gas geyser, it means an extra factory. Second factory's on the way. And we should be building up towards a 4th CC. Now, Nicoract, he is going to push, that is true, but this is not designed to kill. This is designed to trade, to potentially get the 4th base, and to expand behind it. As a second gas geyser now on the way. Armory as well. Again, tells us that Nicoract, he is macroing. Headed towards a longer game state. Main army does head towards the 4th. Clearing up creep. Tanks are sieged. And the overlords are getting caught out since that supply block's Wayne. Yeah, brutal supply block here for the Zerg. No roaches in production. Sorry, no overlords in production. Anything else behind this? Nicoract, he rotates. Sees the army, he wants none of it. He respects the infestor. Doesn't want to get fungled. At the same time, Wayne going for a massive link counterattack. Trying to force a cancel, and he will. Yeah, massive pickup. He denies the 4th. And Nicoract, he needs to expand. He needs that 4th CC. Now it's being rebuilt. Nicoract pushing out once again. There is still a lot of creep in the center of the map, and Wayne is taking a 5th. Getting a 5th base. Hive is done. Going into Ultras. Interesting. Not into Hydras or Lurkers. Going into Ultras instead. Creep is denied. When he moves in. Looking at that. Oh! Does land the Fungal. Yeah, Fungal does connect. Takes out one of the tanks as well. Not bad. But I believe Wayne, he lost the Infestor. Okay, he's rebuilding it. He's going to replace that Infestor. Tanks are unsieged. Oh! The Wildset connects. They take down the Banshee. Banshee goes down. Big raise Medivacs, but a better fight here for Nicoract does shut down a lot of those roaches. The Wilds were good, but at a cost. From here, Nicoract, he stims in. Gets a queen. Wilds, they... Ooh. Don't quite connect. Nicoract heavily overstimming here. He has to be careful. Takes down the 5th. 5th base does full. The army is very battered, very bruised. Everything really, the tanks, the marines, the medevacs. The army dives in, Wilds, they connect, they shut down the tanks. And Nicoract, he's overstayed his welcome. He cannot stick around, he cannot take this fight. Oh my god. He's forced to pick up. Leading out a lot of units. Behind this, he has a high ground. No, the piles, they take down the final Banshee. Both Banshees go down. And Nicoract is taking his fourth. Last did lose a lot there in those fights. And now Wayne has the Hive. The Hive is done. Upgrades are on the way. Kindness Plating. +1 melee into Mass Ultra. Here we go. He dives in. Get the fifth. Denied the fifth base earlier. Can he force a cancel? Oh, not quite. The Ultras, they do keep up with the movement here. Nicoract force back. Does retain most of his army this time. Both armies are about to max out. Wayne has somewhat of an inflated supply. Not really. He's bled out most of his roaches. Now he's mainly Ling Ravager Ultra. It's a hefty army out of Wayne. And unfortunately, Nicoract, the ghost count is not really there. He has 0 ghosts. The first ghost is in production, but the ghost count is far too low. Should probably engage with this army out in the open. So Nicoract has to wall up. He has to wall up, has to turtle, has to macro. Fourth base is up, 5th CC on the way. It's going to be up to Nicoract here to survive the aggression here of Wayne. To survive these assaults. Wayne, he tries to catch the army. Oh no! Tries to catch him out. Ooh, Bailey's connect. Yeah, they shut down the army. No pickup. Ay, ay, ay. At the same time, Ultras are on top of the tanks. And Nicoract just getting pulled apart. The tanks are going down one after the other. Brutal piles. Sorry, no piles. Blinding Clouds even. Blinding Clouds, they shut down the tanks. And Wayne from here can just back up. Here he does retreat. The tank can gets reset, and now with the next remax out of Wayne, he can break the expansions. He can break the third. Nicoract, he's in trouble. He's got Metamax, yes, but I mean, he was lacking SimCity. Bunkers, depots, CCs. He needs that defensive wall. Otherwise, Wayne, he can just roll in. Speaking of, he rotates, he maxes out. Nicoract catching up a supply, making 3 ghosts at a time, 2 tanks and 2 libs. But Nicoract, he's not ready. He's not set up. Wayne diving in. Nice snipes. But the planetary is going to go down. Bailey's, they crash in. Yeah, they crash in. The planetary falls. The damage has been done, even if Nicoract can hold here, and I'm not so sure he can. Only 1 Ultra left. Nicoract, he will force this back. He does hold. They will lose 12 SCVs, the planetary. Most of the bio. We have freedom though, true. We have freedom. The fungal. Oh no! Oh my god. Quick turnaround out of Nicoract, thankfully. Does get out of there. Wayne unable to track those shots or track the Metamax. Oh, let's go. The boys are here. The boys have been pulled. Just some of them. Bailey's crashing in, getting a ghost. Better trade here for Nicoract against the Roach Ravager. And against the Lings. Yeah, much more efficient trade from the Terran. Shuts the Lings down. Retakes the 4th base. Muling his heart out. And Wayne's just rebuilding those Ultras. Spire is on the way. That should be for Corruptors into Broodlords. And unfortunately, Nicoract back home, he has still not been able to afford any kind of SimCity here. I mean, again, he can't afford it. He has yet to max out. That's why this matchup can be very momentum-based. Because Nicoract lost the mineral line in the base earlier, he just can't afford it. He just can't afford to wall up. And that means that it's that much easier for Wayne to push in. Despite how close the supplies are. As there's not really much to deter this ground-based army from Wayne. Nikori dives in. Here come the Biles. Forcing with a friendly fire. One Liberator does survive. Despite that, the Planetary is going to go down. Nice snipes on the Ultras. But the base falls. The base does fall. Bailey's a crash into mainly Marauders. Meanwhile, the base gets denied. Biles connect. Wayne backs up. He's remaxing with more Links and Ultras. And Nicoract, he's at this point basically all in. He has no fourth base, he has no mining, he has no economy. And he commits. Now we can end the game with this army. Oh, but the Fungal connects. No! Fungal on the Ghost. That's a lot of freedom though. The freedom has arrived. Base is going down. Nicoract, he will kill this base, but he has to keep going. He has to keep pushing. He cannot stop here. Snipes on Ravagers. Ling's going for a counterattack. Wayne, he has 4 Ultras, 2 Infestors. Doesn't have too much energy. Back at home, Nicoract, he defends. I just realized Z's don't have +3 melee. No Adrenal? Wait, what? Yeah, no Adrenal either. The army does engage. 2 Ultras moving in. Do we have any snipes left? Ah, no snipes. No snipes. There's still 1 Ultra remaining though. He gets targeted down. Nicoract barely breaks through. His army though is mainly medevac. It's mainly a medevac based army. He lost the Ghost. Yeah, I just assumed that Adrenal had been researched, but no. +3 is not done though. And +3 might just be enough. Yoink on the tank. Substepping here out of Nicoract, but he's being overwhelmed. Yeah, Wayne, he has too much. The Mass Link Flood and the Corruptors. Finally, some anti-air. GG gets called, and Wayne, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Wayne, he will take the first game here. We'll take a lead in the series. We'll see if Nicoract can bounce back. Meanwhile, looks like we are getting updates here. Looks like we are getting updates. Ooh, from the group stage. Letting us know strange towards Shameless. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I like that. Let's go. Strange towards Shameless. With that, Strange and Shameless, they are tied up. They're tied up here. Which means which means that it comes down to this game, and even then, technically, if Nicoract wins this game, is he tied with Wayne? No, unfortunately not. Regardless, we're gonna still play this out. So here we go in the top left-hand corner. We have the red Zerg player. We have the red Zerg leading the series 1-0. It is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the pink Terran player from the Platinum Heroes. Down in the series, we'll see if we can tie this up and fight back. It is Nicoract. But yeah, we just got an update. We just got confirmation. Big win for Strange. For Strange to win 2-0 over Shameless was a crazy result. A big win for Strange. Again, Nicoract, he was hoping that that Shameless would take that series, would overcome Strange, and give him the opportunity to overcome Strange as well. But alas, that won't be possible. Regardless, though, we're still embracing this game. Oh, look at the fish! I hadn't noticed it before. Jesus. Let's go. Do love to see it. For now, going to be a hatch gas pool. Standard opener out of Wayne. Likewise, Nicoract going to be opening up with a Rax into expand. Now, typically, again, when it comes to Nicoract's playstyle, I do typically expect all-ins. 2-base all-ins, 3-base all-in, aggression in general here out of Nicoract. But that's not what we got out of game 1. On the smaller map, now that we're loading into Abyss of Reef, I'm less confident here in Nicoract to be aggressive. Just because the map itself favors more defensive, more macro play. Meanwhile, as we're settling in, oh my god, big shout out to Tabs4 in the chat for the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. We do appreciate the support. Thank you. We do appreciate it. Always, always. Hope you enjoy the content, the casting, and the StarCraft. The StarCraft. Hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoy. And likewise, you're able to now benefit from emotes. You can also join our Discord. You can join our Discord server, and we do hand out replay packs to our subscribers as well, so you can benefit from that. Otherwise, thank you. We appreciate the support. Gracias, my big gracias. As Reaper does dip in, dancing with the Lings. Reaper does pick off one Ling. One Ling goes down. Oh. Okay, pulling back. Does fall back. Behind this, going for his factory follow-up. Just racks into factory into third CC. Oh, never mind. That's a 1-1-1. See, this is the Nicoract that we know and love, and this is what I wanted out of ley lines as well. Alas, we didn't get it. We're getting it here on Abyssal, so I'll settle. I'll settle. Let's go. What I'm getting at here, aggressive build. A very aggressive build, and we have seen Nicoract many times turn this into a 2-base all-in, where he throws down, instead of a CC, 2 more Raxes. A second and a third Rax. And then he throws down even more Raxes as well. We've seen this before. Show us what you got. There's the add-on swap. Gonna be a Hellion Banshee initially. Wayne getting his third. Marines on patrol to deny any kind of scout. There's no load here outside of the natural. Lings, they do dip in, but the Hellions, they hit to deny. And they will. The scout is denied, but unfortunately 2 SCVs go down, so good damage here by Wayne. At least it's kept in the dark. And Cloak Banshee is going to be online a lot faster than normal. A lot faster. Hellions are coming online. They move out. Keeping Wayne on the back foot, keeping him busy. And I'm most curious about the follow-up here. Do we actually throw down a third CC or 2 more Raxes? Battery pulls back. Nicoract, he will soon have the resources here for an expansion. Building up his minerals. Yep, there it is. 2 more Raxes. This is what we expect. Second and third Rax. Still no command center. Still no CC. And from here, Nicoract, he can double down and throw down another 2 Raxes. And just go for a 2-base 5 Rax all in. Or technically, he could still go for a delayed third, but it's just so heavily delayed. Oh, double eBay. Double eBay gets thrown down into 1-1. Gearing up for his upgrades. Hellions, they rotate. Still looking for a way in. Banshee moving out on the right hand side. Nicoract going for the middle line. Tells Rostok some drones. 4, 6 drones going down. He's not done. 9. Oh my god. 11. 11 drone kills. 11 workers go down. Banshee doesn't commit. Waiting for the second Banshee. And this is what we're waiting for. As we mentioned, 3 Raxes into a 4th and 5th Rax. So it's going to be a 2-base 5 Rax all in. And this should hit with 1-1 upgrades. So it's going to be a later move out, a later all in for Nicoract. And Wayne, he needs to drone. It sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but he needs to drone up here and now. He needs to saturate on 3 bases and then focus on purely army production. But if he starts investing into his army too soon, then he won't have the economy to sustain himself. So he's taking his gases, droning up to 60. 5 more on the way, up to 66. That is going to be 3-way saturation. 4th base just for larva. And now, soon it's going to be time to just make purely army. Purely Ling, Roach, Ravager. I believe there's no bathing nest. Yeah, no bathing nest. Range upgrade on the way. So going to be a little more Roach, Ravager heavy. Nicoract still being active. So building up more bio. Wayne, he isn't over droning. If Wayne had drawn up to like 76, then I'd be concerned. But he has not done so. Again, just staying on the 3 base economy. Army gets spotted. Here comes the salvage. Here comes 1-1. Here comes the all-in. Nicoract, he's going to be committing. And what is there to meet him? How many roaches? 11, soon to be 21. 21 roaches. A handful of Ravagers, 1-1 upgrades. They might not be done in time. I'm referring to the 1-1 upgrades of Wayne. They're halfway done. And here comes the all-in. Here comes the push. Wayne amassing on more roaches, more Ravagers. Again, he has to just focus on purely army production here. So far, so good. Then it comes down to the engage. And again, if Wayne was being greedier, if he wasn't respecting this enough, then he would just die to this. We have seen Nicoract take down many a strong Zerg player by catching them with their pants down. But Wayne, his pants are up. They're up, Pappy. They're up. He's ready. He's prepared. Does engage ahead of time. Tank boy's going up. Army dives in. The tanks get a lot of value here. Yeah, the massive shells going up on the Roach Ravager. But Wayne is getting on top of the army. Vials, they connect. They shut down the tank. They get both. All the tanks go down. Nicoract, he stems in, but Nicoract, he's running out of steam. He's running out of Marines. And Wayne, he's holding. Wayne, at this point, he has held 21 more roaches on the way. And again, if Wayne had drawn up more, if he had been more greedy, if he hadn't realized what was happening, then Nicoract would just snowball out of control. But that's not the case here. The reality is that, again, Wayne has been playing very safe. Very safe. I'm sure that Wayne's played against this before. This is a very, very stylistic build out of Nicoract. And it's not going to be enough. GG gets called. Wayne, he shuts down the all-in, and Wayne will take the series 2-0, securing himself in the playoffs. GG. Whew. GG, well played, Wayne, who will take the 2-0, and with that, we have our confirmed players advancing into the playoffs. We might still have a tiebreaker to confirm seeding. True, that might be the case. Let's find out. Let us find out. My condolences to Nicoract. I believe with this loss, Nicoract, he will not advance on into the playoffs. I believe instead it is going to be Wayne alongside Shameless and Strange. But the standings, the placements, let's find out. Let us find out as we switch our scenes over and refresh the brackets. Here we go. The bracket is going to be refreshed from the top. Yeah, from the top here. So with this win, Wayne comes out in first place. Wayne, he's going to be ending up with an 8-2 scoreline. So Wayne is going to be in first place. Strange and Shameless, they are tied 7-3. But it comes down to the head-to-head. It comes down to the head-to-head, which means if we check their head-to-head, Strange did win 2-0 over Shameless. So a twist of fate. It's going to be Wayne in first place, Strange in second, and Shameless in third. There we go. So we have our top 3. No tiebreaker matches required as we have them lined up here. Again, Nicoract, he had a very strong showing and he almost made it through as well. Had to rely upon some of the other players to either win or lose their matches. Likewise, Nikich, he fought his heart out as well. He went crazy against Shameless. Alas, didn't bring him down, but was a close series as well. GG. GG, well played. Whew. As they do wrap up. And that means that we have our playoffs confirmed. I believe in a moment or two they're going to confirm the bracket itself, and then we can indulge ourselves. You can see here the playoff bracket is yet to be confirmed, but I'm sure we'll do so in a minute or two. As we have Skillless, Milky Cow, and GG Machine making it out of Group A, and Wayne, Strange, and Shameless making it out of Group B. Here we go. So we have our top 6. And the way that the standings work here is, I believe that Skillless is going to be, I mean, you can see here, Skillless, he's seeded into the playoffs. Wayne is going to be seeded into the playoffs as well. So Skillless and Wayne, they're going to be seeded in. When it comes to the quarterfinals, I believe GG Machine should be playing against Strange, and then Milky Cow should be playing against Shameless. So Milky Cow and Shameless, if I'm not mistaken, I think they alternate, right? Yeah, I believe. Should be Strange versus GG Machine, Milky Cow versus Shameless. and everything is going to be casted tomorrow. All the matches. We don't pick and choose. All the matches are casted to quarterfinal, then semis, and then grand finals as well. But I do have, unfortunately, some sad news. I have some sad news about the playoffs of Fire Grow Cup, and specifically, I don't know if it's been, I mean, I'm okay saying this, of course. We have updated the TL bracket. If you look at the schedule, the playoffs are an hour later of Little League Cup. I don't know if you can see there, bottom right. Little League Cup has been at 9 p.m. KST non-stop, and it was supposed to be at 9 p.m. KST, but there was some scheduling issues. There were some scheduling issues with some of the players. Some of the players, they did need the event to be pushed back. Because of that, the playoffs will begin at 10 p.m. KST instead. Because it's an hour later, that means that there is a chance that the event ends later, and the event may even go into Fire Grow Cup. In fact, I say may even, I believe it will. I believe it will go into Fire Grow Cup. So because of that, here on the channel, we're going to be casting Little League Cup. We're going to follow that, of course. We're going to be following that into Fire Grow Cup as well. But because of the time slots, because of the time change, it does mean that we will most likely be missing the quarterfinals. Because Little League Cup is going to be starting 1 hour later, and Fire Grow Cup starts 1 hour earlier. 1 hour earlier than normal. So Fire Grow Cup actually starts at midnight KST. And mate, Little League Cup is going to last more than 2 hours, 100%. It's going to be at least 3 hours, So we're going to most likely miss out on the quarterfinals, which is a shame. I love casting this event and covering all the matches. So there's a high chance we're going to miss the quarterfinals, but we'll be there for the semis and for the finals as well. So we'll be there for the second half, or for like 2/3 of the event. We might miss out on a quarter or a third of the event. Just because of scheduling. I mean, what can we do? What can we do? I'd love to cast everything, but the events are going to be crossing over each other. We'll be crossing over. Otherwise, hope you've all been enjoying yourselves. Hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Just catching up. Just catching up. Did Light already do a replay cast of Clan vs. Terrell games, or is that possibly happening in the future? I live casted Clan vs. Terrell, so I did not replay cast them. I live cast them. That was earlier today. Check the VODs for today's previous broadcast. But yes, for those that are curious, we have been casting Little League Cup every single day. As you can see with the schedule, every single day we've been casting Little League Cup, and the final day of Little League Cup is going to be, I believe, Cyril versus Max Pax into Clem. So 2 matches. We're going to be a best of 5 and a best of 7. Is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So that is going to be our schedule for tomorrow. Is we're going to be starting things off with Little League Cup into Fire Grow Cup as well. So I have 2 more casts tomorrow, and I believe our next cast is going to be in, what, over 12 hours. It's quite some time. quite some time away. Our next broadcast. But I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time here tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow for Little League Cup and Fire Grow Cup. Again, 2 events we're going to be covering here tomorrow on the channel, on the CranKy Ducklings. As always, plenty of casting. Meanwhile, shout out to Hatsu. Hatsu, of course, was the admin of today's tournament, reporting scores, updating challenge, making sure that everyone was finding each other, and making sure everything was running smoothly. So big shout out to Hatsu. Big shout out to MinoVK. MinoVK, he is the organizer of this event, the organizer, the caster, the funder as well, as he does fund the event. So big shout out to MinoVK for running this on a monthly basis. Big love, big shout out. A lot of love and a lot of support to MinoVK. And likewise, Our next broadcast is in 17 hours time. If you want to help support the CranKy Ducklings, you can follow us on all the social medias. We have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, all things CranKy Ducklings. You can see we have our events that we run on a regular basis as well. They are funded through Patreon. We did get a new patron today, so thank you. Thanks so much for our new Patreon. To our patron even, and our Patreon does fund our tournaments to help grow our events and help out support these players as well. For Sparkling Tuna Cup, Sea Duckling Open, and Master Sword Open as well, all funded via Patreon by the people for the people. So thank you so much for the support that we get, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft action. Whether you tune in to Fire Grow again or you tune in to Little League Cup, regardless, we'll see you then. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow as well, or the day after, I should say. On Monday, we have the Wardy TV Monday. We haven't casted Wardy TV Monday in like 2 weeks, so I do apologize, but that's going to be on Monday, of course. We have, what else ahead of us? We have we have a special Wings of Liberty tournament. I almost forgot, but on Tuesday, we have the Monday night Wings of Liberty special event of the Pigastore Monday, so I'm looking forward to that. It's been a long time since I've watched Wings of Liberty. I did play it, of course, and I did watch the beta back in the day. I watched a lot of VODs from like Husky StarCraft and HD StarCraft, but it's been a very long time, and it's gonna be a blast. I'll be honest, I don't remember many builds from back in the day. I do not remember them, and I'm sure many of the players don't either, so it's gonna be, I'm sure, a very chaotic game, a very chaotic tournament, but a lot of fun nonetheless, so... yeah, be sure to mark your calendars on Tuesday for the Monday night's Wings of Liberty event. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. We'll see you in 17 hours. Until then, I'm gonna go schedule VODs. I'm gonna go get to work, get some breakfast as well, get some food. It's 6 a.m. in the morning. It's almost 7 a.m. in the morning here. Jesus, I'm gonna get some food, and then I'm gonna try and sleep and be well rested for the cast. See you next time. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time. Hasta luego.